We start by seeing a scene. Gentle wind blows across sand. Water gently washes up. Waves lap against the shore. And we see the shoreline of a beautiful village. In Talia's homeworld of Aeden, we see Scotty, her sister, who stumbles to the shore before collapsing in a heap. The heavy sword thunking down into the soft sand, releasing a spray of particulates that gently splash down into the water. Scotty's arms dangle down weakly in the ocean breeze. She falls to her knees before planting her butt in the wet sand, crushing her slack hands into fists beside her. She wiggles her numb fingers into the damp soil, sifting coarse grains through her hands as she hangs her head. "I am so tired," she moans. She allows her seafoam white hair to slowly fall over her face. It dangles in matted clumps across her sweat-stained brow. "I work so hard." Her shoulders droop, and if her teacher had seen her in such a defenseless state, he would have scolded her for ineptitude. "You must remain ready at all times," his voice would boom, like gravel forced down her ears. "You must never show weakness, or allow yourself to be caught unprepared." But Scotty didn't care. Enough was enough. "It's never enough," she hisses through cracked lips. "No matter what I do, how much I accomplish, there's always more." Her voice begins to crack, and she takes several shaky breaths. There's always something I need to do. Someone else's mess I have to clean up. Her shoulders begin to shake gently. "But what about what I need?" She slowly cranes her head up, gazes out across the water, attempting to peer beyond the horizon to the only person who ever loved her. "I miss you so much." Her eyes fall closed, allowing herself one moment of respite before glancing back down at the waves. She reaches out a shaky hand to touch the water, and almost in a cruel irony, the water recedes in response, before a wave laps up on the shore farther down, just out of reach. Tears begin to well up around her eyes. It's too much to bear. She could feel herself slipping away. "You lose someone too?" Scotty chokes back her tears, scrambling to her knees before clumsily retrieving her sword and wheeling around. She raises the massive weapon and nearly decapitates the figure, if not for her weak muscles being fatigued and one of her feet falling partially asleep. She raises a dirty hand to claw at her face, tearing away her weak appearance and tears with strings of her tangled hair. Before her stands a young human man who in turn had no appearance on his face that dictated that he was any way alarmed that a greatsword was pressed against his neck. Instead, he simply looked on, past the deadly sharp introduction, through the veil of power and mask he wore, to the soft, hurting person underneath. It was not a look of pity or concern, but of genuine intrigue and earnestness. Scotty falters. She was unaccustomed to individuals remaining unperturbed in her presence and the wielding of her weapon, but more so by the fact that he seemed less concerned by her rough exterior and seemed to peer into who she truly was, and smiled. "Who are you?" she growls in a half-attempted threat that was caught with her need to clear her throat. She composes herself, strengthening her stance before speaking again. "What business do you have with me?" The boy doesn't react, only blinking slowly as if assuring he was still cognizant but not in any rush. "I lost someone too," he says softly, brushing past her cold remarks as he turns and faces the water. The sea can be a terribly cold and cruel place. Scotty grits her teeth and presses her blade deeper against his neck. You know not what you speak of, she sputters between clenched teeth. He turns back to look at her, his eyes glassy, and her bloodlust suddenly dwindles. Don't I? He asks, almost choking on the words. Then we turn our attention back to the city of Need and the individuals roaming through the halls, making their way through after just having a meeting with Malachi and discussing about what to do next. Few start to discuss about where they're going to go and plans that they have moving through the city. But before that, I would like to know everyone's passive perception.
My passive is, give me a sec to pull it up. It's pretty high.
Passive perception is 14.
All right.
Mine's 19.
Mine's 11.
17.
Mine's 18.
Jack has 18. What does Holger have?
17. How does somebody have higher than Jack?
Expertise and high wisdom.
I mean, Jack wasn't necessarily built into this, just like, well, Sylvester was mostly built into.
Gotcha.
Okay. Most of you see it. As you step out of the library and begin to move on your different directions, deciding what to do, off in the distance, down the hall, moving from the right, you see a small orange butterfly flapping. And most of you have seen this butterfly once before, right before times of intense decision and change in your destiny. And when it has, it's been very close to you. So, to see it at such a distance makes you question and wonder whether or not it was destined for you, or perhaps simply someone nearby. But those of you with passive 17 and higher, you see something else just out of your periphery, right outside the door to your left. You watch as a piece of cloth falls to the ground. It's about angle height, and you just notice the movement ever so slightly, and when you look over, you just see the cloth is just there, unmoving. But you swear you saw it move, as if it was collapsing to the ground.
Holger will go pick it up, I guess.
Okay.
Can Connor try and hold? Oh, sorry.
And Talia's gonna go investigate the butterfly.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with her.
Okay. Holger, you pick up the piece of cloth, and it seems to be a pretty ratty piece of cloth, at least on the exterior aspect of it. It doesn't seem to be leather or cloth or really any sort of material that you can make out. But you can tell that it is clearly worn, dirtied, and perhaps a little dusty. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
I'm terrible with that.
Darn.
Let's go +1. Let's go. Oh, 18.
Okay.
Hey.
You can tell that what this piece of cloth is covered in is not soot, but in fact sulfur, perhaps brimstone. And as you lift up the piece of cloth, you look on the inside, and the inside is just blackness. So deep is this darkness, in fact, that you feel like you could reach inside.
This is a different kind of blackness than the tar, right? This is blackness as opposed to nothingness?
I'm not sure how to answer that because I'm saying pure blackness. When you saw what you describe as the tar, it was literally everything being erased so that there was nothing. It was just complete blackness. When you look at this, you see that same sort of empty blackness, the same way that you would look inside of a bag of holding and see complete blackness, or you would turn off the lights and see complete blackness. So yes, it is complete blackness because you cannot see anything inside of it, but to say that it matches the same color and texture is not true.
Okay. Good to know. I can't super tell the difference between Vanta black and pitch black.
Correct, and that's what all of those things are. You literally cannot tell the difference between Vanta black and pure black, and that is what I'm saying. But you can seem to firmly grasp the cloth, at least from the outside. Do you attempt to touch along its edge or the inside of it?
Not currently, because I saw the butterfly, saw this potentially pop out of nowhere, or in other ways, like move across the floor randomly. So I'm going to cast Identify on it first.
Okay.
Safety first.
You cast Identify on it, and what you can tell is that there is a lot of transmutation and teleportation magic, and you get the sense that this really seems a lot like a bag of holding, but open. Almost like it's a cloak of holding.
Oh.
Well, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Try like putting a coin or something in there and this is like purely meta talk. Like try to see if you put a coin in there and see what happens, you know?
Well, as Whole Gear is investigating this cloth, Connor and Talia head over towards the butterfly.
Connor's going to hold his hand out to see if the butterfly will come to him, you know?
Nope, the butterfly is completely flying up and away and disappearing like it always has after an event has happened.
Hey, Talia.
Yeah.
So I'm asking this because I know y'all think I'm kind of crazy, but is this weird? Does this butterfly appear around whenever crazy stuff happens with us involved? Is that just me, or are you kind of noticing that as well?
A little bit, but I just let it slide. Follow the butterfly?
Sure. Hey Joshua, we're going to try. Me and Talia are going to see if we can follow the butterfly. Jack, you want to come along, or do you want to stick around?
I want to look at this cloak thing.
All right. Hey Joshua, what about you? You want to tag along and see this butterfly thing and see what it's got going on?
I'm following the butterfly.
All right.
It's better than follow the spiders.
Cloak.
Yeah, I'd rather follow the butterflies. I will sooner lose a foot than go into a forest full of spiders.
Always follow the big dragon.
Harry Potter
Spooky,
reference.
scary spider forest is up next.
Thank you for getting the Harry Potter reference. Take a
I got
point.
it.
Harry Potter.
I got it. I just don't like spiders.
Alright, fine.
It's arachnophobia, bro. It sucks.
Nah, man, screw that.
Yeah, screw arachnophobia.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fear of heights is where it's at.
I don't have.
That's
I never had
acrophobia.
I never got fear of heights.
Anywho, Connor or Talia, please make me a perception check in order to keep track of the butterfly.
I can do the perception because I got a +5 to it. Or no, wait. Sorry.
I mean, you
I
did
got a
also
+10.
turn away to talk to people, so that's why
Yeah.
I'm saying make a
I
check.
was gonna ask if like Talia or Josh could help. To give me advantage, you know, because I got a +9 to it.
Sure, I'll allow that.
Is that cool with you?
I have a +4.
Alright, Talia, you can also roll if you would like. Joshua's helping Connor.
Oh, alright. I got an 18. I got a 27. I'll roll again just for the kicks. Nat 20, 29.
Okay.
Good
job.
And to be clear, you're following where the butterfly is going.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
It seems to be going out down the hall towards the open entryway that you came in with the sort of open ceilinged kind of quad garden area, and it's just going up and up and up.
Does it look like it's heading in a specific direction aside from up, like east or west, or no?
It's just going out of the building.
Where do you think it's going?
The leader, we're following the leader, wherever it goes.
Connor, I will say this: if you watch it long enough, it eventually flies up way too high in the sky, and you start to lose sight of it. But because you got a natural 20, I will give this to you. It seems to be flying towards the sun. And as it does so, it does eventually twinkle into light. And
I kind of
dissipates.
I briefly stare at the sun a little bit and like realize, oh my god, I'm
All right,
sure
make a
it's
con
finally
save.
coming alive. I knew this would happen, but you know what? Screw it. This feels like a totally in character Connor, so worth it. Okay, it's worth it.
Maybe he'll see something. Who knows?
I got a 9.
Okay.
Bro.
Take 1 point of radiant damage, and you've got sunspots now. You will have disadvantage on perception checks for a couple minutes.
Fair enough. I knew the risk, but you know what? It felt very in character for Connor, so I took the risk.
Fair enough. Absolutely. Yeah. You know what? I will give you a DM inspiration for playing your character very well.
Okay, I got a nat 20 and an inspiration. Awesome.
Okay, cool. Okay. And the rest of the party is investigating this small cloak. I will say that as you begin to maneuver around, it does actually look like a cloak. There is like sleeves and a hood with it, but it seems for a much smaller person. Even small, so small that it wouldn't fit on Jack very well.
Oh, and by the way, Connor just kind of screams like, my eyes, I stare at the sun. Like, he just yells this out loud.
Just in the distance while the party's like, what is this thing you just do? Okay. Thank
my
you.
eyes.
Not gonna lie. Whoever wore that
Could,
clothes shit.
Could Jack shrink himself down small enough to where the cloak would fit on him? And
Yeah,
then put it on and
absolutely.
then make himself go bigger.
Just a little bit smaller. Like it is like a small size. But I was just saying that it would be slightly too small for you. You could absolutely just adjust yourself slightly. Yeah, absolutely.
So would this be?
So Jack's like a small, and this is an extra small kind of situation.
You can also tell that because it's a magic item, it will attune to the wearer and fit their size perfectly. That's how magic items work. So this leads you to believe that this is belonging to someone that is of that size.
Wow, small dude.
Quick question: would it be like gnome sized or more like pixie to fairy sized?
It is definitely not like pixie sized. Like I'm saying, it's probably slightly smaller than halfling or gnome.
Okay.
Like Jack could definitely put it on, but it'd be tight, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I got you.
And he wouldn't be able to like throw it around himself very well. It is also incredibly tattered. So to strain it would probably not be the best thing. But yeah, Jack shrinks down slightly and puts it on.
Tiki.
Did you already cast Identify on this thing?
Yeah, I did.
I
Yeah,
did.
Somebody said it was going to.
It's a cloak of holding, but I'm not confident that when you put it on, it won't just hold you.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's a prison cloak.
Well,
I
tell
kind
you
of
what,
get that feeling myself.
if you put it on and it swallows you, I'll be sure to pull you out. Assuming it lets me.
All right,
Yeah,
Jack, did you
okay.
put it
Yeah,
on?
for me. Yeah, I'll put it on.
Okay, yeah, you put it on. It's cool.
Oh, we probably have to attune to it. So we
Yeah.
can save this for later.
And then if he attunes to it, then it'll grow and shrink with him. But for now, it's just
Gotcha.
yeah, it's just small.
Okay.
Well, I've already got 3 things that I'm attuned to, so I actually need to give it to somebody else.
I
Okay.
can take it. I don't got any magic items on me.
If
Have at it.
we travel to another world again, is it gonna get left behind on this Connor as you hot swap?
Can it? Is
Or-
it? Where did it go?
That's
with
kind of
the
how
lights?
it's been working.
Oh,
So
Crap.
probably not.
I swear one day I'm gonna get a cool magic item. I don't know what, but it's gonna be epic.
It's gonna be a tiny hammer.
It's gonna be a BBEG.
Oh god.
I've got this sword that glows. Well, broken sword that glows.
Oh yeah, you've got the
No, I
I
don't
already
understand
have
your thing.
the
man. That's
flashlight
like your
sword.
thing. I don't
I
understand your
already
thing,
have
man.
3
Yeah.
items attuned to me, so it can't be me.
Okay,
I
I'll
got
take it then.
Yeah. Oh wait, what about Joshua? Does he have any magic items attuned or no?
just the pants, I think, right?
And the
All those
boots.
got burned up. You said
What about
I've
the
got
boots?
I've got
No. The pants are magical, so they can't be destroyed.
Yeah, it's quick draw pants.
I remember you saying that they got destroyed. Whatever, I'm not arguing.
Just take the
You
pants,
you
bro.
you
get
you asked
cheap
if your
pants.
clothes got destroyed, and I said yes. So you were literally wearing assless chaps.
That's those chaps, okay. That's nice to know. Wonderful to know.
Yes, in the middle of a disaster.
Just a flaming hot man wearing chaps.
Hush.
That's a sight to see.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Magic Mike the
yeah.
anime.
Mm.
No. Go to bed. Go to bed.
We're having a good time here.
Look,
Um,
it's a bird. A plane. It's
So
Assless Man.
just to reiterate the situation here, Malachi has given you a couple pieces of information that the Nuvidian Empire seems to have a talking tree, which was a particular bit of information that he somehow felt like you guys needed to know, and does sound fairly reminiscent of your tree friend that you met, Mormazak. Or what was the weird name that you gave him? Fluffy or something?
Sappy.
I don't
Sappy.
remember. No, it's not it.
Stiltskin?
Oh, that's like Frumpelstiltskin. That's right.
I thought it was Burkskin.
That was Mai's idea. Mai was the only one that called him.
Anywho,
It's a good name.
if you would like to go to the Nuvidian Empire for any reason, there is a boat taking off shortly. That they are particularly short-staffed, and Malachi suggested that you guys might be much assistance to them if you are looking to get out of here and also looking to help with need in its current situation. There was also
we-
talks of going to visit a sandwich shop called Who's Nose.
Yes. First, sandwiches. for food
First
and such.
sandwiches, and then we'll talk.
Yes, then we'll go on this world-saving quest that we're assigned to.
By
Okay.
a wizard, mind you.
Yes,
So
by a
what class
wizard.
is Malachi? Class is he?
Super wizard.
Yeah,
Super wizard.
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
just
he gives us
researcher.
Superman vibe.
No, he's
yeah.
more like a doctor's trained, if anything. If any
Sandwich
Malachi-
shop. Grab some gear. Sign up if it. Is there like a sign up sheet for the boat, or is we just, like,
You
wave
have
our
to
hand
go
and say we're
inquire
going?
at the docks.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay, me and Josh will get the sandwiches. Jack and Holger, y'all
and-
get the supplies. Talia, since
Quick-
you're the ship lady, you can sign us all up for it.
Yeah,
Quick
if you
question.
guys want to split up now and like do those individual scenes where you were getting supplies and whatnot, this is absolutely the time you can do it. Or if you guys want to hang out and do scenes together, this is just sort of whatever you guys want to do at the moment.
Okay, I'm just like
Would-
pitching ideas.
What was the
Messing
name
with
of
her.
the ship?
The Delta Dawn.
I was gonna say.
That's a cool name, though.
My God,
Does
that is epic.
anyone? I will say that if the boys want to make a history check to determine any sort of information about the trade system or the boats or whatnot, you may attempt to learn a bit more about the current situation.
You know what? I'll do a history check.
Alrighty.
I got a
I'll
plus.
help him.
Okay.
I got a 19, so I'll roll again.
History.
And this next one's a 5, so I got a 19.
Okay. 19 total.
Yeah, 19 total. I got an
Okay.
18 plus 9, so 19. Or 18 plus 1.
What did you get,
19.
Old Gear?
I got a 15.
Okay.
I was curious, given my merchant's background, would that count for anything?
Yeah, I will give you a little bit of different information. Jack, did you get anything, or were you not interested?
Hey, where's my golem? Is he still following us?
Yeah, he's just walking with you.
He's just parked outside, you know?
Thanks.
No, he walks with you.
I was just letting it roll because I had such low history anyway. So I ended up with a 6.
Okay. Do you want to give Holgear advantage?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Holgear, would you like to roll with advantage?
I would. It did not matter.
Okay. So you got a 19, Holgear? No, that Connor got the 19.
Yeah,
Holgear, you
Connor
got
got
the
a
15.
15.
Connor got the 19.
I got
I'm that
Holgear,
one player who gets really good or really bad.
I am willing to egg point it if that'll give us some extra things.
okay. All right, go ahead and do that then. With your egg pointed 15, Holgear, I'm going to give you guys different information. Holgear, what you would know is that there is general commerce between the different empires. You know, Need is mostly a melting pot of, it's not the biggest trade hub where people come to sell stuff, or buy and trade goods or whatnot. This isn't like the farmer's market where you would come to get like the best and whatnot. But what they do specialize in and what the main businesses are here is like contracts and deals and trade and whatnot. So a lot of business moves through here and making sure that it's all safe, good to go, and sometimes goods need to stop here and need to be stored for a while. And so there's a lot of, storage here in Need. And that's also a big part of business. You would know, Holgear, specifically that this specific trade going out is one of the long-standing businesses between Need and the Nuvidian Empire, where they do share a bit of trade that the Alarian Expanse will trade with Need, and the Nuvidian Empire will trade with Need, but the Nuvidian Empire and the Alarian Expanse do not trade with each other. So this is one of those special deals where Need is trading goods, specifically food surplus such as corn, to the Nuvidian Empire from the Alarian Expanse. So if they do not get this, not only will they be down food shortages, but we'll also see this as almost an act of not necessarily
Betrayal.
war, but yes, betrayal, basically. But it's also sort of one of those weird behind-the-back deals where the Alarian Expanse assumes that Need is doing bad deals with Nuvidian Empire, just as Nuvidian Empire assumes that they're doing behind-the-back deals where, it's not outwardly spoken and notated, but, business is business, and everyone knows it's sort of happening, even if there's no solid proof that it's happening. So there's not really anything that either nation can do about it, because if they call Need out, then they will not get the, resources from those other empires.
So
And
it's kind of like a baseless rumor.
yeah.
I
will say
a very
that
based rumor.
the Alarian Expanse is almost a series of like urban towns and villages where there's a lot of respect in nature and communication with the natural wildlife and whatnot, while the Nuvidian Empire is specifically very there is a ruling religion and doctrine, it is mostly elves up there, and they are racist towards animal and hybrid races. So people like dwarves and gnomes and humans would be fine, but if there's anything like a halfling or, you know, half elf, half orc, you know, those types of people. So someone like Joshua,
I would have
and
a problem.
yeah, Joshua and not Talia, Joshua and Mai would probably be seen or might have bad treatment up there. Something of the extent of like making them pay more for goods and materials, and probably like refusing them service and whatnot. And you know, if any of the police force that is up there will see them, will probably does anyone, you know, like Half-Life, where he's like, pick up that can?
Yes.
You know, yes,
Yes.
exactly, like, yeah, that sort of nonsense.
Just a lot of petty shit.
Yeah, pettiness. Connor, what you would know specifically about the ships and whatnot is that the Delta Dawn is in reference to a new business that is coming through, where there are these ships that are being made with magical materials, and so what the group of ships known as the New Dawn are, some of them are mostly made of magical wood, but they're also testing other materials, sort of like a weird combination between concrete and fungal growth, where they're magical materials that will sort of heal themselves and keep themselves afloat, rather than just sort of relying onto the traditional idea of building stuff. And then the Delta Dawn is the third installation of it. And I will say that with a 19, you do know that it is a magical type of fungal growth, where it's this fungal growth that's sort of compacted into this concrete mixture, which is then used to form pieces of the ship. So the ship is still constructed, but it is also sort of one mass that has been sculpted and shaped, which is a very new kind of interesting technology that combines resources from the entire continent that is only being done in need for this, you know, new science and whatnot for the trade business. So these ships will be lighter, faster, and sturdier.
I feel like this version of Connor would be like assigned as like dock muscle, you know, just like to scare off any would-be saboteurs and all those, you know, just to be there, and you met one of like the ship builders for it, or like whoever was in charge of like constructing the material. You're like, so what makes this material so special? And
it also doesn't sustain a flame and whatnot.
Okay.
So you know, there's like lots of good benefits and whatnot. It's just kind of an interesting new technology that's still being tested, but is very much
in beta tested.
Yeah, it's in its trial stage, but is, you know, been working for a while, and so this is one of its sort of main voyages. But yeah, just some interesting tidbits of information there.
Yeah, I feel like for this Connor, he wouldn't have just encountered like whoever's in charge of like the construction or making the material. Probably wouldn't have asked like what makes it so special, and they wouldn't have told him this information. And he would relay it to everyone else, so they know like how special this ship is.
Okay.
Out of character, could you druid craft, as in you're trying to like mend the ship?
That is sort of the reason behind it, where a lot of this is sort of, you know, a combination of like, you know, shape water, shape stone, shape wood, you know, druid craft, mend stuff. Yes, that is sort of the idea behind it. So a lot of the dock workers are actually given, you know, tools and utensils, you know, stuff like trowels and whatnot with those kind of spells imbued on them in order to fix them and whatnot.
Cool.
That is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes me wish I had that.
I mean, you can also like buy hammers and whatnot with mend enchanted on them.
That is even cooler.
Like Fix It Felix, you can literally just smack at stuff and then it, heals itself.
Comes back better than ever.
Love that.
There is
But I
so
made
much like
people.
useful stuff for magic in like the commonplace outside of combat and whatnot that people don't really think about. Like clothes imbued with prestidigitation so they can't get dirtied. And constant burning candles, just a lot of good stuff. And I really try to incorporate that stuff into the world because I think it just makes
That's pretty
sense.
sick.
Yeah.
Like that.
Glasses of comprehend languages or something.
Oh yeah, exactly. Not just glasses of night vision, but comprehend language, like enhanced vision to see farther, like binocular glasses, all sorts of stuff.
Sick. Okay.
Stovetops enchanted with heat metal.
Oh, not even
Or-
stovetops, but literally just pots and pans, so you can take them on the go.
Before we split off, I would like to double check with everybody. Everybody's got a magic weapon, right?
I do not.
I
But
do not either.
But I think I have a
Joshua,
spell that
your
lets
weapons
me-
are considered magical.
But I think I
are.
got a spell that lets me
when-
imbue. But I do got spells like silvery barbs and stuff like that. So
Doesn't apply to weapons, but What is... Connor, do you have like a universal weapon? You love stabbing people? Or slashing?
I am proficient. Like this is what my proficiency is: crossbow, long sword, rapier, short sword, and any simple weapon.
Okay, I'll see if they have like a decent sword for you.
Currently,
Or if you
the
have,
only
like,
people
or if
that have packed weapons are Holgear and Talia.
Or if you can get me like some decent like leather armor, because like my AC is 13, so like I'm not in combat as often, and I do get modes of creation to help with certain situations, but those don't really apply much. But
Yeah,
I mean, if you can give me like
Connor's a
better
rough
armor,
boy, in this version, he's a rough boy.
Wait,
Yeah,
is
you-
it just my gun that's considered magical, or all weapons I carry?
No. The damage that you do. Let's be clear, Joshua. Guns do not exist, and I'm going to say because of that, you have not invented black powder yet. So your guns are powered by your, fire essence that comes with your race and whatnot. And just to make it simple, I will even say that your primordial deity will enchant your weapons to be magical. So
That's
yes,
pretty
your
cool.
your weapons deal magical in order to
Dude, you're
overcome
like
resistances.
dude, you're
Oh,
like
something-
thirsty.
Bro, do not
Something
say
to
that.
keep in mind, if that's the case, is that if you get disarmed and somebody tries to shoot you with your own gun, it won't
They
work.
can't. They
It's
literally
like
cannot.
fingerprint. It's like one of those fingerprint guns, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That stuff
it's
looks
literally
like-
just a conduit for his fire that he's shooting out. That's what it is. He does
That is
understand
so-
ballistics and whatnot, so he understands guns and whatnot, but I'm going to say that you have not invented black powder yet.
And whatnot.
Yes. But if you would like to, that is something that you can do in your off time. You just need, like, sulfur and
Charcoal, sulfur,
sulfur.
and I
Sulfur.
believe salt.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the stuff you either salt or whatever.
Something.
I believe it's salt. Don't.
But yeah.
Oh, it's potassium.
Like this is the time even before cannons were invented. So there's no black powder. There are, ballistas, and there are like magical weapons that like shoot stuff and whatnot. But yeah, no guns, no cannons. At least in this world, for now.
Okay, so decent leather armor, Longsword / rapier. Jack, did you find a magic dagger or sword or whatever? I know before we went through, you were mentioning that you didn't have a magic weapon.
I ended up getting one. I bought one. Or was gifted one or whatever.
Right.
But I've got like a +1 rapier now.
Oh, alright.
You guys talk for a moment. I gotta check something.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to take something that's Jack's. It's like I got spells and stuff that can help me in a fight, and if I'm like with, I'm probably going to be 9 times out of 10 with Joshua because he's the dude who has the firepower. But anyways, I'm not in direct combat, but it's like a little more robust armor wouldn't hurt, especially considering we're going into probably a very volatile situation.
So, are you particular with leathers, something light, or do you go for something a bit heavier, like
I'm
mail?
only proficient in leather armor at the moment.
Okay. Anybody else want any armors? Talia, Jack, Joshua?
Could you pick me up some chemical ingredients, so to say?
Care to be more specific? Because if you don't specify, I'm just gonna get you like anything, because I don't know what you're asking.
All right. Do you have a quill and paper or something?
I think I
Yes,
do.
give me a moment.
Yeah, you can do that easily enough. I shared in the notes channel a website that has like a list of all the basic equipment and whatnot and their items or their cost.
Ooh.
That's actually really cool.
I will say that some of these costs I don't necessarily agree with. Like the spyglass is 1,000 GP. I think that's...
I was originally looking at that, and I was really surprised you gave it to me for like a gold.
Yeah, like I think like a very simple spyglass, even one that kind of collapses into 2 or 3 parts, is just a gold.
Sounds pretty reasonable to me, honestly, because for like this time, a gold's like a year's wage, pretty much,
Yeah, that's just insane. I honestly wonder if that's like a typo.
It probably is.
And so I gave a retirement money to a thief in a leatherworker shop.
Yes, you just. I mean, if you want, Connor can make you a door to take it to a salesman.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, let's not repeat that. Let's not repeat that.
Alright, so I'm going to need you to pick me up some sturdy metal, like just a single ingot of sturdy metal. I'm talking iron or steel. Either one is fine. But next, you're gonna have to pick me up saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal.
Wait, do you already know the recipe to gunpowder?
No.
Ooh.
He's just... wait, no.
He's just getting random crafting materials. Don't think about it so hard.
Yeah. Yes. Saltpeter, sulfur, charcoal, a few herbs, maybe a couple spices. And I'll also...
like salt and pepper, rosemary,
LOL.
something.
No, that was a joke. Leave that out. Just get me up a few non-poisonous herbs.
Herbs, quote unquote.
Yes, herbs.
Oh, we're gonna get. Oh my God, are we gonna get high?
No.
no.
Non-poisonous herbs,
Right
parentheses, 420. Haha XD.
Semicolon 3.
Jesus. Okay, so I've got ingot of iron, saltpeter, charcoal, non-poisonous herbs, parentheses 420, light armor, rapier / longsword. Anybody else want anything?
I'm
I
trying
will
to
also
find.
need coal.
I'm trying to find
Charcoal.
armor, but I can't find the shit.
I mean, you can look on D&D Beyond for armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, what sort of armor do you use? And then we'll go from there. See what's available and affordable.
I'm not using any armor right now. My armor class is 12.
Oh,
Well, I know,
goodness.
but what are you
what?
proficient with?
Yeah, she has no better armor class than I do. I only got a 13.
Mine's only slightly better. It's 15, and but all I can wear is light armor, so I'm stuck
gives
with
you-
leather.
That's because you got absurd DC.
Mine's
Dex.
a 19. Where have you been at?
You're a fighter. You get access to all the armors.
Yeah,
There you
but
go.
I use unarmored defense, so...
There's all the armors, what they do, and how much they're worth.
Yeah, but there was one that I actually liked. But unfortunately, I need to be a druid in order to have it.
Damn
I
it.
won't lie, Sparrow's got some really dope magic items.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
D&D Beyond stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've made some custom armors, and, you know, if there's something that you're looking for, we'll see if you can find something like it. What specifically were you looking for, Talia? You said you liked.
I was looking at the armor of beasts, and it's like, oh my god.
Let me Google that.
I have it right here.
I guess,
It says that this suit of studded leather armor is made entirely without metal. Studs are made of polished iron, wood. Buckles and clasps are crafted of carved bone, horn, and claw. When you use your wild shape ability, this armor changes shape as well, granting +2 AC while in animal form.
Do you
Oh,
plan
gotcha.
on multiclassing?
I think that's a homebrew magic item that somebody made that I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the only way that I can get it is if and it would like make sense is if I was a druid. Because
Yeah.
only druids have wild shape ability.
I mean,
I mean,
you could buy
I
it
can
from
always,
a druid.
I could always just get you some dope-looking studded leather armor.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do. I need to upgrade from leather armor to studded leather armor. That'd give me
Yeah.
one more on my armor class.
Studded leather would be... it's a 12 for me.
I mean, yeah, I have a couple scenes planned and whatnot, but if you guys just want to spend this time thinking about what you want to buy and whatnot, we can absolutely spend this time to do it. Or if you guys want to literally make some lists, send it to me and we can do that outside this session. It's whatever you guys want to do.
We can make a list and go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Are y'all fine with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm not trying to like breeze over this or take away your guys' time, because some of the very simple stuff you can literally just figure out a list, figure out what the cost is, and we can just like do a persuasion check to haggle or whatnot, and then be done with it in just a couple minutes or whatnot. But also, if you guys don't want to take the time to go through the lists at this point in time, we can do that outside this session. But if there are like very specific things that you are interested in, we can do that at the moment as well.
Oh my gosh.
What's
oh
up?
My God.
I'm fine with whatever.
I hit the legendary
Oh goodness.
section already, and I hit the legendary section of the armor or whatever, and the first thing that pops up is awesome pair of gloves of the Yeet. I was like, oh my.
Yes, and
they're just gloves with the spell catapults imbued on them. It's not so weird. Anywho, I will say that because Holgear has his connections, all of this stuff will be relatively easy to find. I will say that you guys will be able to find all of this material before the day's end. I am going to say that it's getting close to noon, but is not quite noon. I'll say it's 10 o'clock. How's that? And if you guys want to spend a couple hours, the boat does take off at 2.
I say we make a list.
Same day.
Yes, it is taking off today.
I say we split up, gather supplies, converge on the boat.
Yeah.
On the boat, Talia
So
goes to
this
the
will
boat.
absolutely be a scramble, and you guys will be splitting up. But other than generic equipment, I know Joshua is getting specific materials, but I will also include that. Were there any other specific things that you guys wanted to do? Did you want to get any items crafted or custom ordered, or specific special magic items that you wanted, or sandwiches? Do you want to visit any specific artisans? I know that last session, Holgear, you went to get something made for your sister.
Yeah, and I was just wondering if we could get through everything we needed to get through in the time we have allotted.
I am going to generally say that I think you guys do want to hit this boat. So I will say that because of the time limit, the DC will be a little more difficult than normal. But because of your assistance, Holgear, the DC will be significantly lowered. So I will say that any general equipment that you can get, and like starting equipment and whatnot, all of that will be easy to get. So that's why I'm asking specifically now. Did you guys want to get like the burning sword in the stone, or any underwater breathing apparatuses, or again sandwiches? I'm not really sure what you guys are going for. Do you guys want to get potions or something?
I'd say we should probably get a couple of potions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I will say, like, Holgear, you getting your thing made for your sister, that's only like a couple minutes. Like even traveling there, it's not even like a full hour. So
okay.
And I do think like maybe if like Talia, this is me as a player asking you as a DM a question. All right.
Yes.
Let's say Talia, all right, because she's the most seafaring of us all right, were to go and like inform the ship that a group of capable people are coming to volunteer help for the ship, would that like obviously not like hold off the ship's departure for like
if you want to send one person to try and convince a cargo vessel not to take off on time, I'm going to say that that's probably
yeah.
Okay. I was just trying to be like maybe
make
like
those
you could
tides
like
stop for a while.
like just be like hold off like maybe like 30 minutes.
Malachi has informed you guys that you would be a great asset to being on the ship when it departs, but they are not specifically waiting for you guys.
I know. I understand.
Gotcha.
I just mean like, if obviously I'm not saying they hold off like a day or like an hour, but I mean like 30 minutes. Would that like lower the DC of our like quote unquote shopping trips?
I have given you guys adequate amounts of time. I'm simply saying that the boat is taking off today. So if you want to get custom orders that would take a day or a week, those are not feasible. But other than that, you guys can go shopping for any sort of supplies that you need. I'm not making this a challenge. I'm just, sort of.
Oh no.
I'm laying the scene for you guys to decide however you want to proceed in these next few scenes.
I think we should hold off on custom stuff like armor and stuff for now until we arrive, because so far we've gotten by relatively pretty well with our given equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So I say we hold off on the buying new equipment until we dock, and we just grab like healing potions. Maybe
the other important aspect to remember is that you guys, just helped a city come out of a terrible deficit. So shops are fairly sparse, and equipment such as healing potions are also probably a rare occurrence at this point in time as well. So
okay.
Okay.
There is a lot of equipment that you guys are probably going to be unable to access at the moment. But yes.
In that case, I just say we grab like the sandwiches and head to the ship.
If you guys want to buy any non-magical equipment, you can. I'm just asking, in addition to that, was there anything else that you guys wanted to gather?
I think if possible, a +1 sword. Well,
yeah.
Connor's
I will
not
absolutely
super
say that a
frontliner.
+1 sword is something that you can get. It will not be magical. It will be a well-crafted sword, but it will not be magical. Like I said, non-magical equipment you absolutely can get. If you want to find a magical sword, then that'll be, you just got to hope that they have it in stock, basically.
I can hold off on a magical weapon.
It's like going to Little Caesars at the end of the day and hoping that they still have some hot and fresh.
Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna get him some well-crafted leather gear for him.
Silvered and gilded weapons you can get. I will say that. They'll be a little more expensive, but you can get them.
Yeah, I can hold off on magic items. I'm a magic caster, so a magical weapon is not as big necessity for me.
That's why I was looking into armor.
Yeah.
Because Talia's set for weapons. You're castery heavy, so you don't super need them. Jack is...
And if this is just generic equipment, we can do this after the session. You can just spend some money and get it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that, and just grab sandwiches and head for the ship since it's going to be leaving very soon.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to request...
The only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out... Yeah, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out my regular leather armor for studded leather armor, because I know I've got connections from down below that would do that for me.
Okay, sure.
I don't know if I got any connections or anybody who would like me enough to want to...
I will even say, Jack, just because of your background and your situation, there's not even a cost there. You can just do that. I will allow that.
Okay.
Would there be anybody that would actually help me out, or have I pissed off too many people?
Make a history check. Or a persuasion check. I will allow persuasion.
What? I'm gonna... Let me see... I'm torn. Part of me wants to do the history check, but persuasion's a lot higher. And I feel like Connor would be too oblivious to realize if people would hate him. So I'm gonna go with persuasion. Be like,
okay.
Hey, buddy,
yeah,
what's
you're
up?
trying to get a favor. You're not like
22.
specifically looking for people that you have favors with. You're trying to convince them. What'd you get?
22.
Okay, yeah, you can like go to one of the underground fighting rings and just exchange your armor.
Hey, buddy.
You're taking
so
a loaner, yeah.
armor.
You're just swapping it
I
out.
want to swap out my armor for some of the better armor,
All right,
Like,
you can do that.
hey, buddy.
Yeah, easy enough.
Is it okay if I roll a history check for that too?
Unfortunately, Talia, you don't know anybody from this dimension.
Ooh, maybe would my role be enough to help me get armor for her as well,
I mean, Connor, if you want to assist Talia.
Sure, I'll help Talia.
Okay. I will say, I think Talia, you can give Connor advantage on his roll.
Persuasion as well, or?
I'm gonna say history for this one.
Okay, that's fair enough. I was just asking, just be sure.
But you do have advantage.
I got a 12. Can I roll an egg point to improve that, or? would that be enough?
You can bump that up. I will say that with that, they will be willing to lend out some armor to Talia, even though she is not part of the fighting ring. What was it that you wanted, Talia? Just some leather armor?
I rolled a dirty 20 on my history.
Oh, I'm not sure why you did, but what armor did you
'cause-
need?
I gave wasn't I giving Connor advantage?
Yeah.
Right,
how'd
which
you
means
roll?
he rolls twice because you're assisting him. You didn't need to roll.
Oh shit.
What armor did you need, Talia?
Go big.
Yeah, take some heavy plate.
Well,
Not
what is she
that big.
proficient with? Light armor, medium armor?
I think it's light armor because I'm a warlock.
Okay, studded leather is the best you can get.
So I'm like, hey man, so you know how I did those big fights and brought in some big crowds for you a few times, with my cool magic? Well, I'm calling in that
I'm
favor.
going to roll something real quick.
Okay.
Okay, I rolled a natural 20, which means that
God
you
damn
have
it.
good standing with this ring. You have won the many fights. You have won the many money. They will absolutely give out this studded leather armor for you because that means that because you're a prize fighter and you're getting someone else involved with this scene, you're good for business. You might be getting this person involved with more prize fighting later on.
I'm like, hi, this is my friend Talia. All right, we've done a lot of illegal stuff together.
Yeah, she looks like a fighter. All right, yeah, we
She's
can
a
give
fighter.
you some armor.
She is a fighter. Trust me. She slaps the shit out of people pretty hard.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just swap out my leather armor for studded.
It does have like a little insignia on it that like lets you know what sort of like arena that it's from. No one outside of Old Need would know what it means though. So
All right, studded leather, and I'll just remove my leather. I'm assuming I'm just swapping it out, giving like my regular leather armor to them, and all right, my AC is up to 14 now.
all right, cool. Any other immediate important things that people want to get out of the way?
Yeah, two things.
Yes.
Several things, actually. First, I want to say goodbye to my family.
Okay.
Give my gift to my sister.
Okay.
And
Well, the interesting thing is that where the boat is taking off from is the dock near the center of town. They needed to get that sort of bridge done so that the ship could get through Need. So if you like when you go to meet up with your sister, that's pretty much where the boat's gonna be. That's where it's loading up.
Okay, I'll end off with her then.
Okay.
Yep, gonna go visit my father and mother in the hospital.
Okay.
Visit Nanny again.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Are you
kind of fucked up. to
doing
wish,
anything,
but
or are
I-
you just sort of trying to hang out with her and be nice?
I'm just being nice for
Okay.
now. I'll introduce like a few little things, like I'll pull out my luck stone and see if she recognizes it any.
I believe you did try that last time. I will roll
No.
again though.
I didn't actually show her my luck stone.
I'm pretty sure you did.
No, I did like a weird little hologram of little me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the spooky,
Yeah.
like very
Yeah.
haunted
My-
scene in a horror movie.
My fucking accidental shining moment.
Yeah, exactly. She does recognize the luck stone. She's like, "Oh, this is very interesting. I feel like I've seen this somewhere before."
I know you don't remember it, but a long time ago you gave it to me, and it's.
You're
meant a
really
lot
quiet.
ever since. I'm attempting to lower my voice for dramatic effect.
All right, fine. I will. I will.
You
turn
gave
up.
this to. You gave this to me many years ago. I'm sorry you don't remember. It was a very cherished moment for me, and I wasn't sure if you would recognize it, but I'm glad you do.
Make a persuasion check.
22.
Okay. You can tell that the gears are kind of starting to turn. She kind of understands that you do know each other, even though that she can't specifically remember. So she will no longer treat you like a stranger, even though she doesn't necessarily remember you. But this more than enough makes up for the weird thing that you did last time.
Good.
That's all that matters.
Ah, jeez. Yeah. After I spend probably too much time with her, given the time constraints, I'm going to visit my mother, inform her that the others should be stopping by soon.
Okay.
And
Make a deception check. No, I'm just kidding.
dog, they fucking better. Dad might be a sack of shit, but Mom sure isn't.
I mean, Dad's hanging out with Mom.
You just call your dad a sack of shit after he's trying to turn over a new leaf.
He is now, but that doesn't change
Now that
the
it's too late.
poor
No,
childhood.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But it's like, wow, the guy is actively trying to make change, and you just call him a sack of shit.
I'll just say this, you weren't here for the session 0. But
Some
yeah,
things can't be changed.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna spend some time with Mom, check up on her,
Okay.
be kind of curt with Dad, and tell him, well, he probably knows that the house has a wall missing.
Yeah. He literally dug out his wife with his bare hands.
Yeah, just a little bit of knowledge there. I'll double check with him to see if he has any plans with getting it repaired, and if not, then I'll pop over to like
Yeah,
Carpentry
they'll
Guild, question
take
mark?
care of it. You don't need to do anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go get my sister her daggers for the sick bandolier, a scroll case so the scroll doesn't get dirty, and I don't know if this is something I'd roll for or if it matters, but like raid my room at my house for things of value, since I'm going under the guise of a traitor.
Okay. What sort of things do you think you would have had at home?
Some of the finer silks, basically like cloths, silvers, but I
So
don't really
just
wanna-
stuff to sell, basically?
I don't really. No, I'm not gonna raid my house because I don't want to feel like kind of a crackhead relative.
Yeah, you can absolutely come back home. It will be hopefully patched up when you come back. You know, it's
I will
in
reminisce
yeah.
and see if I have my piggy bank.
Sure.
Pretty much.
Is this your way of like saying, DM, can I have some free money?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, roll a history check to see if you had a piggy bank.
Big money, big money, big money, big money.
I will not allow an egg point on this.
Okay, 15.
Okay, you do have a piggy bank, and I'm going to roll to see how much is in it. Stupid. Okay, you have 23 gold pieces.
Nice.
And that's all I'm going to let you have.
I am happy with that.
Okay.
And yeah,
Killing me here.
Well, why don't I just check in between the couch cushions real quick and roll for it? But
You
no,
don't have
yeah.
any couches. They burned up.
Oh no. But yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
go.
actually, all the couch cushions got stolen from your house.
Jack.
Jack gets on the boat and he's like, "Hey, man, look at all these cushions I found."
Yeah, I just made a makeshift bed out of all the cushions.
They'll make the bumpy ride a lot smoother.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna swing by, grab a bunch of non-magic stuff to be determined later, and meet
Easy
my
enough.
sister.
Easy enough. Anything else that anyone wants to do?
I'll grab the stuff I asked
Mhm.
from before.
Should we DM Mai and see if she wants any gear?
We can do that after this session.
Gotcha.
Again, yeah, this is, yeah. And yeah, because she's not here, I absolutely will not punish her for that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. If everyone's all right, I do have a small scene for Jack while he's out and about.
This is a
Ooh.
first.
Exciting.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes,
Ka-
Olgir?
this is kind of a weird. I don't know at what point in this whole
yeah, I'm here.
conglomerate day this would come up, but what are the odds that the butterfly is somebody polymorphing?
Connor did sacrifice his eyesight
Probably
to see
fairly
that
good.
it flew up into the
Okay.
sun and disappeared into light.
Okay.
So, if it was someone that polymorphed, they're dead.
I
Gotcha,
forgot my
gotcha.
eyes for this. I checked it out. It was worth it.
Connor, you know, I do actually like that idea. That's very fun. And actually, that might be a very fun idea to throw in later, that someone is tricking you by polymorphing someone. Someone just randomly opens up a monarch butterfly in your room and you're like, Destiny time!
Well, it's gonna be really awkward when we go into a random grassy field and there's just butterflies. And we're like, oh god, what happened here?
No, you can very clearly tell that this is not a normal butterfly. It is butterfly shaped, but is made of pure orange light.
Okay.
Yeah. And Connor has, specifically, let you guys know that it is clearly magical and it is like it is a thing. It's not just like a creature or entity that wanders around. It is a very specific thing. Okay. So, I have a scene for Jack. As you are going back out into the streets and the under streets of Need and divvying out the reward money that you got from helping save Need from its destruction, you see a figure that you recognize. One that you are very not fond of seeing, though he is attempting to make amends. He is getting down and working, but you do see Jackson. And when he sees you, he gets up and wipes his dirty hands on his vest and begins walking towards you hurriedly. What do you do?
I'll stand there and wait for him to come to me.
Okay. When he gets to you, he looks around nervously and says, now, I know that I'm probably the last person you want to see or talk to, but do you have a moment? Perhaps we could speak in private. I know not a trustworthy person, but I promise you'll want to hear this.
Hey, I got a minute.
Okay. He
I'll
kind
hear
of
what
pulls
you
you
gotta
off to the
say.
side, like, sort of, just away from, general ears. Not like in a dark alley necessarily, but he
I'm
looks...
still gonna be aware of the situation around me, make sure that I'm not like walking into a trap or
Sure,
anything.
absolutely. He is absolutely... You're not wearing the cloak of holding, right? Holgir's holding onto that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
still-
no,
Okay.
I'm not wearing it.
Yeah, okay. Just checking. He says, so, I know that you would very much like to see me pay for all the trouble that I've caused you, and I just want to say that since I came here about a year and a half ago, I have fallen in love with Need, and I think that turnabout is fair play, so I am going to give you the chance to turn me in. I am not native to Need. I actually made my way here outside of the normal trade routes and business by the books from the Nuvidian Empire. I am a plant here to learn about the strengths and weaknesses, and after what I've seen today, I think that this is a bunch of information that would probably do me some good to have it sent off. Except for two things. First off, my contact has stopped communicating with me for about 2 months now. Secondly, I don't want to see Need fall under any more ill repute. But I just wanted you to know, in case you would like to be the one to have me turned in. And he offers up his wrists.
Well, I'm kind of in a hurry, so I've got one of two options here. Either I can... I mean, we're in kind of a nice little concealed area back here. I could either slit your throat and let you go.
He turns pale when you say that.
Or I could just let you go for a little while. I mean, I'll be back in a little bit. It's not like I'm going to be gone for very long. You know what? I've got people all around this town who, let's say, are good friends of mine. If I was you, I wouldn't be caught fucking up by the time I get back. Because I can cut your throat then, too. Doesn't matter to me when I do it if I need to do it. So, be a good little boy and things might work out for you.
I did not even
Harsh.
plan for the... This is like the worst punishment. Just making him second guess everything. Oh, this is terrible. This is
Scary.
probably the punishment he deserves, actually.
Let's go. Psychological warfare.
You succeed. No rolls necessary. He nods profusely.
Insane, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Like I said, just a little scene.
Yeah, I'll turn and walk away from him.
All right.
Going
Cool.
about my business.
And he goes back
Just
about
nice
his.
fucking war.
All right.
One last thing I would like to attempt, if we've
Yes.
got the time for it. Could I meditate, I suppose it would be,
I
on
mean,
the stones I have and see if there are others in this world?
how much time do you want to spend this that's gonna take out of your shopping time? Because you're kind of the critical factor here for doing all this.
Oh, you know
you
what?
can
I'll
do
just
it
save
on
it
the
for the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll save it for the boat.
All right. Is there
That
anything
feels
else
like
anyone wants
something
to
that
do?
you should do on the sea. No, yeah, I think it's just buying a load of crap and getting on the boat.
Okay. I'll say let's take a quick bathroom break right before the boat. How's that sound?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be right back.
So let's go potty before a trip.
Yeah, exactly. Because once we get going, we're not gonna stop. Alrighty. Wait.
Would it be... I feel like it would be probably too much of an ask, but whenever Jack gets back, could he have acquired some... No. I was going to ask if he could acquire some poison, but I feel like poisoning the daggers given to my sister, the captain of the guard, might be a bad call.
I also don't know if poison is necessarily Slippery Jack's prestige.
Well, I
could
know
always ask
Slippery
He-
Jack
he's a
slips in
thief,
and
not an
puts him
assassin.
You could ask Connor.
True.
He could know somebody.
Yeah, he might know somebody. I'll allow that.
I mean,
Okay.
Connor's done
I have
the
3
Wait,
criminals
he's right
in your
here?
party, bro.
well.
Oh, I wasn't sure if you were back.
He's right.
Jack's more of the
Yeah, I'm back.
vigilante, and Connor is an actual legit criminal.
Well, let's be fair to Jack. He kind of butterfly affected a good chunk of Holgear's life with thievery.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
What?
Well, technically no one knows, but
That's true.
I don't think.
No, nobody does. I don't think.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I believe it was your situations were discussed with each other while you were in prison. So I think Jack pieced it together, but has not said anything.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, as you guys near the station, you can see that there is a large galleon stationed pretty much near center of Need. It is in between two of these holes that have pierced the above and below. There are bridges in place for it to traverse across. The water is flowing, and there really isn't a whole lot of loading being done at the moment, but there does seem to be some busy work and discussion between people around it. You know, it seems like there's still a process of, negotiating able-bodied individuals and seeing who is, capable enough to be sectioned up. You can see that there's like people that are kind of lining up, and your sister is kind of in charge of like negotiating the whole deal and being like, you young skinny boy, I'm sorry, but don't even bother. Just get out of here. Just like sort of chasing people off before they can even get to the decision process. But you can see that there is a specific individual that seems to be seeing people, and he's kind of got like this entourage behind him. And these individuals look hardened. They look like serious sailors. I will say, if the boys would like to make a history check to see if they can determine who this individual is, I will allow that.
Alright, I'll roll a history check. Please, that'll be good.
And I'm going to say I'm not going to allow people to give advantage here. This is just individual.
19.
I got an 8.
I got 7.
Okay. Holgear and Jack, you would recognize this individual as Captain Elias Hardgrave. And I will specifically tell you the briefest of his sort of story here is that he was a sea captain that was very much in the process of helping determine that Need was to be a go-between. He was one of the first captains for ships maneuvering trade routes, because back when Need was first getting started, these channels were far too narrow for people just to maneuver boats, so they needed specific people that were knowledgeable in ships. Basically, they were looking for veterans, and despite Captain Hardgrave not being a landlocked sailor, he being on the sea, he was one of the few that was able to stand up and sort of spark trade routes. When New Need began to take over and cause actual detriment to Old Need, he stepped down in an act of like trying, like defiance, basically being like, this is not right, this is hurting people. And as it goes with businesses and their employees attempting to sort of stage a union, basically he was just immediately replaced with younger individuals that were looking to get a chance, and his sacrifice meant nothing. So the fact that he is now being employed means a great deal, either because Need is desperate or because he has decided to change, or someone has convinced him to take up this opportunity. So that is what both of you know. That's just a bit of tidbit of information that I think both of your characters would know. Holgear with your study of history and trade, and Jack being relatively understanding of this legend, I suppose.
Cool.
And I have a little something written down. What's the average? Okay. Yeah, I do have a little description for Captain Hardgrave here. Captain Elias Hardgrave is tall for a half-dwarf. You might mistake him for a short human, if not for the wide build and massive beard that explodes off of his face. The thick dwarvish hair rockets out of his nostrils as if his nose was a bulbous rocket that was launching off of his face, piercing through the veil of his burly eyebrows and pushing back the wrinkles across his forehead. The billowing beard swirls across his cheeks and shoots off his jaw in jagged chunks that make you think that his barber was a shark that leapt up and chomped it off of his face. His chin was exposed, revealing a wrinkled and rippling throat that had weathered many years through shouting and smoking, and his lips are hard rock slammed tight. His hairline was thinning widow's peak that is thick where it pointed down towards the nose, as if it wasn't already obvious enough. His thick, stringy hair poured down off the back of his head and shattered against his shoulders, meeting with the thick beard hair, as if they both seemed to simply shoot off to the side, as if the hair knew the shoulders were to remain untouched, and the hair was not given proper clearance to rest on this mighty frame. His build was that of an old bodybuilder, thick skin that wrinkled with age and deflated from oversized muscle mass in his youth. A mountain of a man, yet small enough to weave between any obstacle and come crashing into you should you ever warrant his wrath. He stands with large hands resting on his elbows, his arms uncrossed and ready for action, standing at ease as if he would rest easy while standing in the middle of a hurricane. His gaze was cold, his steely eyes beaming at anyone who drew close and acknowledging them in turn, before deciphering them entirely and having them information cataloged and stored with the rest of the cargo in his memory banks. "Well now," he barks, his voice weaker than you expected. "What have we here? More stowaways in the making, or will you actually offer some assistance to the crew?" He looks at you as you approach, and your sister kind of turns and acknowledges you, and kind of like gives you the shoulder, or the tilt of the head, like, go on ahead, if you want to go and introduce yourself to the captain. Think of like old Kratos and old Solid Snake. That's sort of what we've got going for the captain.
Connor approaches the captain and is like, "Hi, I'm Connor. We've been told we'd be of some assistance on your ship by Malachi."
He spits. "Malachi has no business with this going-ons. But if he thinks that you can be of some use, I'll see to that myself. What are you capable of, boy?"
Let's see here. I am good at stabbing things. I'm a good magic caster. I can make almost anything appear out of thin air. My friend over there, I point at Joshua.
Can you raise an anchor? Can you lift the sails? Do you know which side is port and starboard?
Yes.
Make a deception check.
Can I have advantage because I do know the difference between port and starboard? Or
I will allow it to be persuasion because you do have otherworldly knowledge.
okay.
I just kind of liked making it deception because that is how this Connor would be.
I mean, I can do deception if you want.
It's fine. What'd you get?
I got a 19.
Okay. He looks you up and down and notices your big, bulky frame. You're able to defend yourself?
As well as the next guy.
Prove it.
Well, with us, that's quite the statement.
I mean, I do magic. I don't know how.
I don't take dead weight on my ship. Any individual that comes aboard must be able of carrying their own weight and taking care of themselves and protecting themselves and the rest of the crew and the ship.
Well, I'm not dead. I'm alive, and I actually walk around and do stuff myself. So I'm not totally useless.
I'm gonna lean over to Connor and just be like, "You're not selling yourself up enough."
What am I doing to sell myself up?
He turns over and looks at a figure, and then jerks with his head. "Kinch, come over here and see what he got." And a figure roughly about your side, probably a little bit skinnier in the arms, but he's got like these big sort of rough hands. And he grabs a pile of rope and just sort of throws it over his shoulder and begins winding it around his arm. Let's roll initiative.
Oh, he's fighting all of us?
Kinch and Connor are going to have a one-on-one.
Gotcha.
God damn it, I got a 9.
Okay. He is going to go first, so he is going to step forward and attempt to punch at you. Does a 14 hit your AC?
Yes, that exactly. It's a damn you.
Okay.
Sorry, can I
he is going to attempt to grapple you. So make a strength or dexterity saving throw.
hold on a sec. I got silvery barbs. Let me just review what the spell does real quick.
Give
'Cause it's a
yourself
reaction.
advantage, him
Yeah,
disadvantage.
you can do it as a reaction.
Yeah, silvery barbs is a reaction, so I can use it. Let me just read the spell real quick to make sure I'm understanding how it's working. I magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must reroll the d20 and use the lower. And I can then choose a different creature I see within my range. I can also choose myself. The chosen creature has advantage on the next attack roll.
So
ability
on attack
check.
rolls, ability checks, and saving throws, you give advantage to an ally and disadvantage to an enemy. All right. Who do you give advantage to? I
Yeah,
guess it
like-
doesn't really
I give
matter.
it to myself. I give it to myself. Let's just assume it's to myself.
The unfortunate thing is that I made the exact same roll. Actually, no,
Shit.
I would have made it one higher. So yeah.
Shit.
But go ahead and make a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
have
give
advantage.
yourself advantage.
And I have advantage. And let me just review, like, this is my higher.
Yeah, strength or dexterity saving throw.
Let's see. My dexterity is higher, and I have advantage. 22.
Okay. Yeah, he attempts to grab you. He like pushes you off your balance first, and then attempts to grab you, and you just manage to dodge out of the way. Your turn.
I'm going to take my rapier because he's at close range, and I don't have Warcaster.
Okay.
Why I didn't think of taking that feat, I don't know, but you know what? Fuck it. Does a 15 hit?
No, 15 does not hit. You go
Damn
to
it.
strike at him, and he just it like glances off of his side and like pierces through his shirt and rips his skin a little bit, and he grits his teeth and comes at you again.
I'm going to cast Silvery Barbs on him again.
Okay.
I'm probably wasting through a lot of first level spell slots. Or actually, can I cast Enlarge on myself?
You could have as your action, but you used your action to attack with your.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Yeah.
So I'll use Silvery Barbs for my reaction.
Okay. He misses with his next attack. He like gets out the rope and begins swinging it and attempts to wrap it around your leg, but you pull back just in time. Your turn.
All right, and I have advantage because I use Silvery Barb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my rapier again because I can only cast a spell like once and then a cantrip, right? And
There are some very weird and specific rules about spellcasting. What are you doing? Just tell me what you're trying to do, and I'll let you know if it's okay.
I wanted to see if I could enlarge myself. you know,
Okay, that's
so,
going to be
like-
an action.
But
Basically, the rule is
Oh,
that if you
he-
can cast a spell as a bonus action, that you can then cast a cantrip as an action.
Were you wondering about silvery barbs counting for that?
So
I
silvery
know
barbs is a
Silvery
reaction. So
I'm going to use my rapier again.
you're not going to cast enlarge on yourself.
You know what? Screw it. I am going to cast enlarge. I am going to grow. I'm going to be huge. I'm going to be large for a bit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. So as I have my rapier in hand, right, and I cast Silvery Barbs on him, I'm gonna start growing, and I'm gonna basically.
You
I've been
spend
doing
your
my
action to
spells.
enlarge yourself. What does that do?
You want me to read what the spell does, or how it looks? to me,
I'll-
like, visually?
I'll look it up.
I can read it, right? I got it on here right now.
You have advantage on strength checks, and you deal more damage. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. He's going to attempt to. I think he's going to trip you with the rope again. So.
And I think he has disadvantage because I'm larger than him.
Does a 19 hit your AC?
You know it does.
Okay. Make a strength or dexterity saving throw.
And I have advantage.
You have advantage on strength, but I think your dex is better.
Yeah, my dex is better, so I got a 15.
Okay, yeah, he grapples you. He runs between your legs now that you're bigger and wraps the... He like AT-AT walkers you and knocks you prone, basically. And
Right.
people start kind of laughing around, and Captain Hardgrave just sort of holds up his hand. He's like, enough. Well, even with all of your skills and powers, it seems like you're not able to hold your own.
It's an off day. And I just shrink back down to my original size. It's an off day for me.
Go over there in the maybe pile. See if we have any room.
You're a maybe pile.
He raises an eyebrow at your direction.
I flip them off. I flip them off. I'm like, fuck you, man.
Yeah,
You
you
just
would
had
be
me
right.
humiliate myself. Yeah, you just had me humiliate myself. Fuck you, bro.
Okay. Who's next?
Mai, you want to take this? Did you want to fight him?
Mai's not here.
No, she is.
Oh, she is here. Hey. Oh, she's on a potty break. Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to bed.
I'll spar with him. Why not?
Oh, sorry, Joshua.
Yeah.
Good night.
No, Joshua.
No.
Yeah, I'll spar with him. Why not?
Okay.
Not wait till summer so I can stay away later.
Holger, you go up, and what do you say to him?
I know very little about rigging. I can read most things from across the roads, and I have my spyglass to assist in the crow's nest. And I can hold my own.
He looks you up and down. Are you Noble Beam's boy? Well, I'll be. Actually
I'm
looking to
not
make a
that
name
good
for
for
yourself,
this.
huh?
Seriously, he didn't do much to sell himself, and he's gonna probably get pulled in.
No. In fact, I'm gonna say that Holger is probably starting off with less of like good impression.
I'm Mr. Silver Spoon in the mouth right here.
That
There.
jackass who just throws hands.
I'm gonna be swabbing the fucking decks.
Well, there, pretty boy. Think you're capable of working here on my ship?
Yes.
This isn't a pleasure cruise.
You could have fooled me. There was such lovely entertainment.
Screw you, Holgear.
I flip you off too.
I like how the first words out of your mouth were, I can read, as if assuming most of my men here can't. He strokes his chin, which is very weird because there's no hair there. Although, to be fair, probably having you as a reputable hostage isn't that bad of an idea. And I'll be perfectly honest, we're missing
Not to
someone to
mention-
work the paperwork.
If I'm not mistaken, this is a trade trip. What better way to give off a healthy commerce than to expand?
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 16 and... I won't point it. I kind of want him to razz me a little bit.
Okay. He thinks about it long and hard and then just sort of says, You hold yourself in a fight?
Yes. Care to see?
Marcus, show him how it's done. Roll initiative.
They're all just getting our asses kicked.
Yeah. It's
21.
have you heard of hazing?
I've
Yeah.
heard of it.
What'd you get? Hold here?
Admittedly, 21.
Blood in, blood out.
Oh, you go first.
Okay. I'm going to go forward. Sand Strider for my first attack, and then my second attack, I'm going to sweep the leg.
Oh, okay.
So he needs to make a DC 17 con save or be blinded by a kick of sand in the eye.
What save?
Con.
17, right?
He got a
Wait,
13.
no, sorry. Ooh. It was actually dexterity, but my bad.
And that would have been a 14.
Okay. Yeah. So he is sand in the eye, and then I'm
Oh, you foot sanded him?
Yeah, I pocket sanded
Nice.
him.
Enter Sandman.
Okay.
It's the first time I've ever used these boots for anything but running.
Okay. And that's your action?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, well, that...
He's
action
going to
two-
spend his action to attempt to unblind himself. He does not.
Action.
It is your turn again.
Excellent. I'm going to sweep the leg.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll an unarmed strike against him.
I'm just cheering on Hoagie.
And I'll say you have advantage because he's blinded.
Ooh, Hoagie, fuck him up.
Unarmed strike is a terrible thing for me. 17 and...
Yeah, that hits him.
Oh, that actually went pretty well. 17 and a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you absolutely sweep the leg on him and he falls on his butt. And comically the dust pops out of his face. And he sort of just lands on the hard floor, looking up at his captain, who looks disgruntled. All right, you're
I'll
in,
offer him
and
a
he just
hand up.
he just gestures with a thumb of like, get on board.
First, I'm going to give my sister the bandolier and instructions on how to use the scroll.
Okay. What was the scroll you gave her?
Scroll of animate objects. It can animate 10 tiny objects, and daggers count as tiny objects.
She like looks it over and kind of like gives an approving nod, and like, huh. You know,
I'm just imagining,
I might just need to get this enchanted on this whole dagger set.
I'm just imagining like the Beauty and the Beast.
So fun.
Well, I appreciate the starter kit. She gives you a wry smile. All right, now, don't...
If Alder gets good enough, maybe we can get a family discount.
Don't get yourself killed when you're gone, all right?
Same to you. I have no idea if they're going to decide to try and attack, but
I will see you when you get back.
I'll see you when I get back.
She slaps your shoulder.
Oh, by the way, there's this new sandwich shop that we found. Pretty good.
You guys didn't go!
They got sandwiches!
Yeah, me and Joshua want to get sandwiches.
You guys said you were going to, but then you never did.
I thought we did.
I have an NPC in a scene, but you guys never... All right, fine. We're cutting back now. Who's going to the sandwich shop? Tell me.
I'm going.
Anybody else?
Joshua was gonna.
Yeah, okay. Joshua was gonna. All right. It's just you then, Connor, I guess.
Connor goes in and is like, hello, I'd like a sandwich. There's a lot of them.
A lot of them.
Oh dear.
This is y'all let Connor alone. What do you expect to happen?
Okay. As you wander over towards the what's it called? Freaking mess hall. Thank you. You smell all sorts of different sort of smells and see strange things and see people enjoying themselves and eating a variety of different foods. And eventually you do see carved out into a side of a wall, there is like a space where you can see that there is Cruz Nose creations. And you smell all sorts of different meats being cooked, and it just smells absolutely delicious with like some very strange herbs and spices, the kinds of which that you've never possibly experienced before. Instantly mouth-watering. What?
I was doing most of the glass, looking at all the stuff, and it was like, I'm just ordering like as much as I could probably afford to get away with.
Okay.
I'd imagine everyone they just like.
You're gonna get one of everything.
Yeah, I just imagine they like putting money in my shirt and be like, you only spend it here. You don't go anywhere else.
Okay.
So
You approach the counter and you can see that there's several like makeshift signs of like kind of stone with like something carved into it that seems barely legible common, dictating like 5 different sandwiches that all seem so unrelated that they barely seem to be connected in any way. But as you approach, you are horrified to see the person standing behind the counter, standing about 13 feet tall with this huge chitinous armor and massive clicking mouth. You see an on-keg wearing an apron.
Oh, I wish I was there.
I give him the I raise my hand and like, can you speak common?
And it like points towards the sign.
I would get the sign. Does the sign say anything?
Yeah, the sign has like 5 different sandwiches that roughly describes to like slab of lamb, like the.
I just take like the 5 sandwiches. And be
Okay.
like, one of everything.
Okay, yeah, you get like one of everything. It does take a couple minutes, but you know, you watch as this huge insectoid takes its like massive claws and just starts like tearing into meat and tossing it into saucepans and pots. And then it like carefully and like cleans off its claws and begins working with these big loaves of bread and slicing it up. And it, after a while, produces these, you know, not very presentable looking sandwiches, but in the way that you know it's gonna taste good. Like none of the bread cuts are uniform or anything, and there's like extra stuff spilling out.
I'm like, I take my order and be like, thank you.
And it goes back to cooking.
And I'm just sitting there on the dock feeling like I'm holding the sandwiches hostage. I'm not on this shit. The sandwiches don't come with.
Every single sandwich is very strange, peculiar, and enticing. A very strange, mouth-watering experience where after you've eaten it, you don't enjoy the current bite that you've had, but after you wait a few minutes, you want to take another bite. It's a very strange and interesting experience, but also quite filling. You're experiencing more taste than you ever thought you had before.
This guy just ate all the sandwiches. He's like, sorry guys, they're all out.
Did you eat all 5 sandwiches?
No. I just thought it'd be a funny thing. But seriously, like half the present kind is gonna hold the sandwiches hostage and be like, I'm not on this ship. Ain't nobody getting these sandwiches.
Okay, you go to get sandwiches, and then when you meet back up to the party, you don't have any sandwiches. Just like this big mess on your mouth, and your hands are completely stained with different colors.
Well, no wonder you couldn't fight very well. You were stuffed.
It was an off day. I said it was an off day. That makes me sleepy.
All right. Let's come back to the current scene. Who else would like to go next with procuring themselves a spot on the ship?
Connor's still persistently flipping. Whenever the captain's looking away, Connor's just flipping him.
Yeah. Connor's in the maybe pile, and Holgear is on the ship. Who would like to go next?
I can go.
Alrighty.
Look him up. Honor me.
Honor yourself.
Captain Hardgrave looks to you and says, just so you know, if you do go to the Nuvidian Empire, you will be discriminated against.
Are you discriminating against me now?
No, not in the slightest.
What makes you think I care? She turns to
He gives a
Talia.
solid nod.
She turns to Talia. What's discrimination?
Oh no!
Oh no. It's no.
Trees. Wait, can trees be racist? I was about to say,
Yes.
she's been around trees.
Trees can be mean and like, get off of my branches, you little shits. But like, they're not. I don't know what that is.
Natalia leans over and whispers. Basically, what discrimination is that they'll talk bad shit to your face, behind your back, stuff like that.
Not allow you to
That
do
makes
Oh, so
stuff.
like what Joshua does?
Yes.
Yeah, essentially.
Ah.
Is Joshua racist?
Nobody talks shit and
He
plots
might be
behind your
sexist.
back.
Captain Hargrave speaks up again and says, hard pressed against me to try and, stop someone from trying to prove themselves, especially woman. I will say I've got my shit beaten by a woman more than times I'd like to count. So, no prejudice here. What are your skills you bring into the table?
I'm also a good musician. You get Connor Gusio is off in the business for getting bad.
Connor! God, wait, fucking shut up.
Sorry.
What do you need?
I need able-bodied individuals that are able of performing menial tasks. Do you know anything about working aboard a vessel? Have you ever had any teamworking experience?
Teamworking experience?
What have you done in your lifetime?
Protected the border of the Feywild for 200 years. If that counts for anything.
Are you any good in a fight?
You can find out.
Alright. The gestures for one of the deckhands to come over. Silas, see what she can do. Roll initiative.
We're rolling.
We have to beat a 15. And I got physical dice.
An 11 plus 5 is 16.
Oh, wow. Okay, you did it. You go first. I will say that Silas is like an average build, and he doesn't pull out any specific weapons or anything, but seems just like he's going to grapple you. Monk, basically.
Mm. She pulls out her sylvan staff.
Okay.
I mean, so are we using our bare hands, or what's more comfortable for you?
He looks like he's gonna come over and crush your windpipe if you don't do something.
Okay, all right. Not much of a talker, I see. So I'm gonna cast
Blight at 6th level.
no.
Oh, Connor
I'm
should
gonna
have cast
cast-
Reduced on him and made him shrink.
God damn it. Damn it, I just
No.
realized I had like 4 other spells. Fuck.
It's alright.
I had Bane on. I had Bane.
Oh yeah, Bane would have been good.
Vicious-
Yes! I see you're looking to...
Can I do my thing now? Damn it.
I thought you were still thinking. Go ahead.
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
Basically, it just sounds like echoing of laughter.
I think we need to make a con save, is that right?
Wisdom saving.
Okay. That's gonna be a 9.
Nope.
Okay.
You're gonna take 1d8 or 2d4. Where's my d4? That's shit. 6 psychic damage, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to use his key point to do Fury of Blows.
Oh, you're a monk? I forgot.
I am a monk, yeah. I'm a level 3 monk.
Nice.
Shit. I'm still learning all my monks.
Yeah, you just need to make an unarmed strike twice. And you have to mark down a key point.
Yeah. Do I roll for that still?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an unarmed strike attack. Should be under your actions, attack actions.
That's I can't do
D20
math.
plus your dex
15?
plus your proficiency. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And then it's so that's 5 plus 6, so that's an extra 12
Okay.
of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, and for the second unarmed strike?
No, that's it.
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay. So you walk up and he's like, "Can you do anything?" "I don't know." "Can you fight?" "I don't know." "All right, get him." Bong,
Just
bong.
absolutely wails on him.
That was so excited.
The shipmate just kind of stumbles backwards and like turns and looks at Captain. He's like, "Do I have to?"
He also has a disadvantage on the next attack roll he makes before the end of his next turn.
They're not going to. I think with that,
Yeah.
Captain Hargrave's just like, sure, what the heck, go on board.
I'm gonna go ahead and give that poor man a closed wound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that
giving-
definitely.
I was gonna pat his shoulder when I walked past him and just cure wounds him.
Okay.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
I might be
Guys, let me.
Do your thing, do your thing.
My heals his black eye and Hulky heals his bruised rib.
Oh, I
Okay.
was gonna do it at second and just heal everything. All right.
Oh, nice. Okay.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. No.
Roleplay. Talia and Jack.
Avenge me, Jack.
You want to do this first, Talia, or you want me to?
A question.
I can
If
go
I
first
were
if you want me to.
no
Oh,
question.
go ahead.
No question.
Yes.
If I were to, who would I be fighting if I went? Would I be fighting?
You can choose anybody to fight.
Okay.
I don't like that sound.
See, the problem with that is,
She wants
Yes.
to fight the cat.
Oh, she wants to take over the
Yeah.
ship, don't you?
Yes.
No,
No,
fight him later.
Do it. Do
no,
it.
I
do
want,
it.
I want to
Mutiny.
do what Jack said. I want to fight the captain, but unfortunately, I highly doubt I'm a high enough level to do that.
You don't know. He's like an old man.
I
Well,
mean, I can one round him a little bit if you want.
I mean, here's the real options. We gotta fuck around in order to find out.
Yeah. So fuck him up.
He
Yeah.
might make you his second if he thinks it's like, oh, it's really cool of you to have thought you could beat me, so I give you,
Or snake
Plus,
reward.
you're a captain of your own, so you're very well versed in like riggings and shit.
As Talia is mulling this idea over, she feels a chilling feeling and looks up to see Captain Hardgrave's steely eyes glaring at her. You there. Come over here.
Oh,
Creepy.
I can sense another seafaring individual. You look like you've seen a ship or two in your day.
I have.
Very concise.
So,
I got right.
I think it's fine to skip the discerning nature of if you can tell the difference between the aft and stern.
what?
You any good in a fight?
You want to test that theory?
Oh.
His eyebrows narrow.
Very
I'm just
impressive.
asking if you're able to hold your own out there.
Try me.
Oh my god.
Roll
just get off the ship.
initiative.
No. You could've
You
just
got
got
this,
off the ship.
Talia. You got this, Talia.
I give Talia magical inspiration.
I give her inspiration too.
Oh my gosh, guys, I rolled a 16.
Okay, well, he rolled a 22.
I'll take the inspiration.
Girl, take it.
Oh, are you going to
Take
roll
it,
an
girl.
initiative with inspiration?
Yes.
Okay,
Can you add bardic inspiration to your?
I'll allow it.
initiative?
Because she may... this may be her only chance.
Oh no.
He's trying to give her any kind of help.
It must be really okay.
Inspiration is basically like advantage, right?
No. It gives you a D8?
Yeah, D8.
Okay, so you add D8 to your 12, right?
16. I had 16.
Okay, so roll a D8 and add that to your 16.
Oh, with bardic inspiration, are you taking mines or mine?
My magic inspiration is good for when you do damage, so I would save it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say save mines and use mine.
I will allow this metagaming. What'd you get, Talia?
Give me a second. Gotta freaking math.
The math.
What did you say that the captain got?
A 22.
Oh, we tied. I got a 22 as well.
Okay, what's your dex modifier?
My dex modifier is a +2.
Okay. Uh I like this. Here's what happens. He glares you down and then he flinches like he's going to do something and then he waits to see what you do. He's trying to spook you.
The standoff.
If you hurt my friend,
Talia's
come
gonna
on there.
What are you going to do, Talia?
Talia is gonna hold her ground, but she's gonna like stand her ground, but she's also gonna put both of her hands on Midnight's Awakening and Morning Lullaby.
So you're not going to draw him?
Not yet.
Yeah, she's gonna go all samurai and do like in the ice slap or something.
Don't forget you can hold an action.
That's what I'm doing.
And you
Okay.
got Mai's, and you got
So
Mai's,
what action are you holding and what's the trigger?
As of right now, I'm readying Midnight's Awakening and Morning's Lullaby, and the trigger is him attacking me.
Wait.
I want to make.
So, okay. So you're going to attack him when he tries to attack you?
No, she's gonna defend herself if he tries to attack. Like, she's gonna
Oh,
draw
she's
her
converting
sword.
her-
So are you going to take the dodge action? Is that what you're doing?
Basically, if he attacks me, I would basically just use one of the swords to parry his attack, and then use the other to attack him.
So
Okay.
you're kind of doing like a mouse riposte.
I'm going to assume that this is you taking the dodge action, which means that his next attack will have disadvantage.
Okay. Cool.
Like, or blocking, or kind of, yeah.
We'll say that's under like a dodge.
Yeah, that's a dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ball.
Okay. He sees you reach for your swords, and he opens up his arms wide, and he looks like he's about to slam his hands just in like a big clap against you. What's your AC?
My AC is 14 now.
God, we need to get you guys some shields.
Okay. Yeah, he does this big thunderous clap and you move out of the way. You just like crane your head back and it just slams right in front of your face. Try me, girl. Your turn.
That's creepy.
Yeah, Talia scares me. I don't know about you guys.
She does.
I also want to say that like all of the crew have like backed away slowly.
Maya's just on the edge of the ship, just yelling, "Kick his fucking ass!"
Like just trying to shimmy his way onto the ship.
Connor, you stay down there with the riffraff.
I would recommend.
If you want to try and sneak on the ship, Connor, you may. Talia, it is your turn otherwise.
I'm just gonna shimmy my way closer to it, so it's like I'm closer to it now. And
You're trying to steal first base to get on the ship.
Yes.
Okay. What you doing, Talia?
Very Connor.
I think what I'm gonna do
Oh, I just realized who inspired this character.
Blackbeard?
Well, when I was visualizing them, I was kind of thinking of like Solid Snake, but also with like the body of old Kratos. But now that I'm thinking about it more and more, the original inspiration that I didn't even realize was like Horalu.
Who?
Hang on, I gotta go to Google. How do you spell that?
Hora.
Anyway, Talia, what are we doing?
True form of Godfrey?
Yep.
That's what
Elden
I'm
Lord?
thinking.
Yep.
Oh.
It's from Elden Ring.
I can help you, but I don't know what your character does, so.
Oh, Mr. Lionback guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Remember, you got bardic inspiration from mine.
Alright.
But that's only if you can land damage on him.
Yeah.
Would be the best outcome for that. So.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Like, I'm just reminding she has that. If she does land a hit, she can add to it.
Alright.
Hmm.
I'm still waiting for her to draw all 3 swords.
I
Just
can't
She
do
needs
that.
a third arm.
She summons a snake tail.
Has no one seen One Piece?
I have.
Yes, but I don't
don't
think
watch
her teeth
extremely
could support it.
No.
Besides
Too
copyrights.
long.
Anywho.
I think what I'm gonna do
Mm-hmm.
is. Let me see. I want to draw both swords, but I'm not gonna like I'm gonna draw them and like fashionably like twirl them, but I want to.
Trying to distract him?
Yeah, and then I want to use and
She
kind of like,
juggles swords as a distraction.
and then towards like the end, I want to summon my tentacle of the deep.
And you can do that as a act. Okay. Make a performance check to see how distracting.
Okay, performance. And I wanted to summon the tentacle like from like underneath him
Yeah.
and have it like wrap around him.
Okay. You can go ahead and make that attack roll. What'd you get for the performance?
Let me roll it real quick.
Okay.
Oh, some shit.
Arctic.
I got an 8, but I'm gonna auto 20 that.
Okay.
Oh, that.
I forgot
Okay.
I hadn't added.
Yeah, as you're twirling the blades around, one of them makes like arcs of light, and the other one makes like this dancing, beautiful melody. And you can tell that with his like hardened gaze and his steely eyes, that he's not distracted by these things in the slightest. But then he falters for just a second. You can go ahead and make that attack roll with advantage.
Alright.
Technically, he has ability to be able to have advantage against saves like that, but I thought it would be better if you did the performance check instead. So with an auto 20, I'll let you just have it.
Okay, I rolled a 22. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't roll it with advantage. Hold on. Okay.
That definitely hits.
Oh, it definitely hits?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So here's what happens. These two are just like staring each other down, and then he's like, "Wham!" and she's like, "Ooh," like pulling out the fan, like the like the sword guy in Indiana Jones.
Oh
Just
yeah,
like
the one.
distracting him.
it's
And
funny.
then you all feel this rumble in the ground, and people start to like run in disarray. And it isn't until last moment that you realize there's this massive form that's starting to lift up the pier and crack its boards from underneath. And then suddenly Captain Hardgrave is up in the air as he is slashed with the razor thin of Jormungandr. And this big toothy maw comes up and slashes in the air and pulls him down to the water below.
Watch the dock. Seriously, Talia, we have to leave from here.
And everyone is standing in stunned silence. Nobody knows what to do. You just
Did
killed
you just
the
drown
captain.
the captain? You just
No,
killed
I
the
walk-
captain?
No, I walk over to the dock and I say, Dad, please do not drown him. I was only meaning to intimidate him.
Okay. After
Drop
a couple
him.
seconds,
Drop him.
bubbles start to rise, and then a big hand climbs up from the water back onto the dock, and the Captain Hargrave is like, and just gives you a big old slap on the shoulder. Get on my ship.
I think this man is some sort of masochist.
I think so too.
I'd be
And
honored to
one-
sail with the likes of you.
Fan's
Also, I
like
would-
still steadily sneaking over to the ship.
I would like to note that Mai takes her staff and puts the end of the staff on Connor's forehead, pushing him away from the
Oh, no.
No,
Wait,
you
hang
gotta
on.
earn your spot, motherfucker.
I had the
Talia
sandwiches though.
No, and Talia walks to like the edge of the ship and yells, "Thanks, Dad."
I feel we should be very concerned for her.
You have to tell me more about your friend there.
Oh, he's not my friend. He's my father.
Even more intriguing.
Talia, I don't think you should tell people that you're part god.
Great. Oh, relax.
And then he looks to you, Jack. Well, if it isn't Slippery Jack washed himself ashore. How the hell are you?
Doing great. Doing great. So, do I have to have the conversation too?
He plants his hands on his hip and smiles down at you. I know who you are and what you're capable of. Still want to show everyone else what you've got, or...
I mean, I can if you want me to. I mean,
He
so
shrugs.
Jack will. Jack's gonna stand there with his hands behind his back, and he's gonna say, first of all, I know how to use my navigator's tools. Very proficient in those. And then he taps on his chest and he taps his necklace and goes, with this, I can go underneath the water and I can clean the boat on the bottom, do anything that needs to be done down there, repairs, whatever. And then he twists his ring and makes himself tiny. And he goes, when I'm this size, and he'll bring up a mage hand, I can float up in the air, go up to the rigging anytime I want to, and then he'll come back down to the ground. And he'll make himself a little bigger, which is tiny, or small, I guess. Then he'll say, with this size, I can move around the rigging pretty well. Then he'll make himself a little bit bigger. And they'll say, this size, I can pretty much move just about anything any other deckhand can do. And then he'll make himself large, and he'll say, this size, I can pretty much move any freight around that needs to be moved. And then he'll twist the ring again, and he'll say, at this size, I can pretty much, I don't know, I could hold the mast up if I had to. And then he'll twist it. He'll twist it one more time, and now he's gargantuan, and he says, at this size,
I can throw the
think I can
ship
hold my
to
own
our
in a fight.
destination. Oh, no.
So,
Look
so
at
is
this
there anybody
man.
who wants to fight me?
Everyone's just shaking their heads now.
My raises her
No,
hand.
okay.
The whole gear raises his hand.
Connor's like still trying to get on the ship and raises his hand.
Mine's still pushing him back with his staff.
Does Holgear and Mai want to come fight Jack?
Actually, they're just joking.
Okay, alright.
Connor's just trying to help his buddy out. Be like, they're trying to haze us,
So,
and it's like he doesn't want his buddy to be left out.
Captain Hargrave
permission to
gestures to
come
Jack.
aboard,
He says, this is a man ready for any situation at all times. He does not survive or merely deal with the danger. He is the danger. He controls the
is the one-
situation.
That sounds so corny. Connor just says that.
Jack will turn.
Excellent.
Jack will turn and look at Connor, and look at Captain and go, can I bring my possessions aboard, sir?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Connor
give you
just
Bardic.
took that back. I give him Bardic too. Double Bardics. Can you stack Bardics or no?
No.
Come on, serve it.
I don't think I'm gonna need it. I don't think I'm gonna need it. That's what is that? It's a 21.
Sure. Why the hell not? You really think he'll be any use?
Then I'll reach over and grab Connor by the top of his head, lift him up, and set him over onto the boat.
Ow!
Well, he's still gargantuan.
I know, but his
I'm
neck.
gargantuan. It's kind of like picking up a bowling pin, you know, as long as you're just gentle with it. It's okay.
Go crush that hand.
He sneezes while somebody's in his hand. He's across the friggin' street.
Don't crush my head, I need
And
it.
then Jack is gonna slip back down to his normal size.
Still grabbing his
Head
head.
for the boat. Nah, he's already on the boat.
Glad to have you on board. You more than make up for, well, whatever he's going to do.
I'm useful.
He's gonna keep entertained.
Fair enough.
I grab a loot.
Yo ho, and up she rises. Yo ho, and up she rises. And up she rises early in the morning.
Dear God, please don't start that. I've heard that way too many times in my lifetime.
So, Captain, do we set sail?
I think that'll just about do us. I can't think of anything else we need. Oh, hold on just a moment, please. Coming through. And you see, making their way through the crowd, you see a familiar Firbolg, making her way. And you can see that she has this, like a small duffel bag over one shoulder, and what seems to be like a covered box in her other hand.
My waves at her.
She waves at you. Hello.
Kind of just narrows his eyes at her, being like, I don't trust you.
Like several men like stop in front of her and like, I'm sorry, miss, this is official business. I'll have you know I'm more than just a pretty face. She stands tall in a pose that dictates one. She stands tall in a pose that dictates one's own self-assuredness, as if she's more well aware of what she's walked into and how. She presents herself not in a haughty stance with undeserved authority, but acknowledgement of herself and unwillingness to be deterred or belittled. She is no longer wearing her ornate noble's clothes, but instead a sensible set of commoner's clothes that are similar to a jumpsuit with overcoat. She wears a beaten-up set of overalls and calf-height lace-up boots, also similarly worn, with mud in the seams, denoting the fact that working in mud is not uncommon or even a second thought while wearing this outfit. Simple linen shirt billows out from beneath the suspenders, while the jacket conforms to her body, clearly tailored to her specifically. The dense cotton jacket is emblazoned with a symbol on the lapel, and similarly but larger across the shoulder blades. The insignia does not appear to be denoting any noble house, but perhaps some label or brand. Two glass jars seem to be clashing into one another, similar to crossed swords or cheerful clinking drinks that, despite describing the two entirely different aspects of community, seem to paint a clear picture of the entity being portrayed. One glass seems to be a shaped bottle similar to a vial or potion bottle with a bubbling navy blue concoction. Inside the other is a beer mug with ridged end handle with burgundy brew inside. Both liquids have circles inside it with foam coming out of their tops and a symbol of bubbling brews mixing together. While it is true that my main reason for wishing to accompany you on this journey is to return to my family in the Nuvidian Empire, I don't intend to simply be a passenger. She brushes past several deckhands, being very careful of the box she carries with her. A neat duffel bag. She stops as she notices the party and gives a smile and polite nod, as a burly figure takes advantage of the situation and steps in front of her. "This isn't a pleasure cruise, missy," the crony hisses, "and we don't have space for all your fancy cargo." Tall figure glowers down at her, his one good eye in an attempt to dissuade her. Merida, unperturbed, brushes a stray hair out of her delicate horns as she resists the urge to roll her eyes. "Beside being an able-bodied individual who is not a stranger to manual labor," she stops, only a moment to lock eyes with the captain, "I think you'll be interested in my cargo." There are mutters and stifled laughs from all across the dock, but the noise is quickly silenced as Captain Hardgrave walks up. He glares down at her, not even warranting the use of his voice through his intentions clear. Merida simply gazes up at him, then glances to the goon by her side before giving him a polite bow of her head as he gives her space. She kneels down and lifts the tarp off the cage she is carrying. "I have with me a slumberfoot." Captain Hardgrave's eyebrows raise up slowly, threatening to peel off his face. Anybody who would like to can make a history or nature check.
Nature.
I will also allow Arcana, but it will be significantly higher DC.
I'll do.
What's the DC for the Arcana check?
It's gonna be like a 8 higher, I'm gonna say.
8 higher?
Like an extra difficulty class.
I roll crap.
Alright.
Well, I want to do Arcana now, but I don't know.
Can I use an egg?
Arcana is the highest. Between the ones that you gave me, Arcana is the one that I have the highest in.
Can I use my nat 20? Can I use my...
This is an arcane creature, but it's just more likely to be noticed with nature or history, probably. What would you say, Connor?
I was going to ask, can I use my nat 20 for Arcana, but if she already has it, I can use my nat 20 for nature.
I rolled
These are basically just seeing if you know what this creature is.
I rolled an 18 in Arcana. Does that?
Okay, that's pretty good.
Okay.
I'll do nature.
So I either got 20.
Oh,
Oh, I got a 23 either way. So either 23 in nature or Arcana, whichever one you want me to give me.
it's my thing was cocked.
You'd probably want to go with nature then, Mai.
Okay.
My thing was cocked. I got a 6.
Okay. To most of you, this creature is completely foreign. But some of you that got 10 or cross know roughly of this creature and know that it is it fetches a high price because of what it can do. Inside the cage is a small creature that looks like a baby boar. Somewhere between a pig and a rat, the slick black fur of the creature looks pristine and cared for, allowing the streaks of gray patterns become more apparent as it weaves across the body. 2 subtle horns rise out of its forehead just behind its glassy black eyes, as it seems to peer straight forward and with low-hanging eyelids that blink slowly as if it could yawn at any moment and fall asleep, using its bushy tail to wrap around itself for extra comfort. A slumberfoot is a creature from the Feywild. Yes. And what it is known for is being a rather carefree and naive creature that takes any sort of situation with a sense of sorry, I lost myself in my notes. I can't find
Naivete.
It has a sense of naivety,
Nonchalant.
and nonchalant. That's a good word. Basically, what it does is it wanders wherever it wants. It does not have a specific terrain or anything, and regularly falls asleep even inside of another creature's territory. However, they are relatively considered not a threat, as they don't do anything other than sleep. They do not eat, they do not drink, and they subsist completely off of the dream world.
Oh.
In fact, they are often sought after, and you would know the rest of this information. They create a sense of relaxed nature in other creatures and actually help any creature fall asleep and rest quicker. So
cool.
you can have the benefits of a long rest in an hour,
Ooh.
basically during a short rest.
You
And
shall
you
be
can
my
spend
friends.
5 minutes to get a short rest.
Are we sure we want to take that to the Nuvidian Empire?
It's her pet.
Oh,
With
so
this,
she's
your
like,
entire crew will
okay.
be able to rest easy when and wherever they want, Merida says, standing triumphantly. Captain Hardgrave strokes his chin, again the weird motion as he has no beard on his chin. That may be true, he says soundly before looking at her, but I don't allow anyone on my ship that isn't capable of at least defending themselves. Merida nods. I'm more than dead weight, sir, she says. Prove it, he says. She glances back over at the burly figure who blocked her path before. Come on, then. The man looks to the captain, who nods. Go on, Carter, he says.
My offers to hold her things.
Do you come down off the boat?
Yeah.
Okay. She sets down the cage and drapes the tarp back over the slumberfoot. But she hands you her satchel and says, "This won't be but a moment."
Okay.
Carter gets into a stance and glares at her. He steps forward, gritting his teeth, and wheels his right arm, readying a swing. He releases a powerful swing. He does like the Popeye swing where he spins his arm around in a circle before punching at her, who she deftly ducks underneath before stepping back. As he wheels around, coming at her once more, she smirks, snapping her fingers, summoning a spectral hand in front of his face, grabbing the eye patch and sliding it to the other side, blocking his sight. In one deft motion, she falls to all fours, and as he stumbles forward, trips over her body and falls flat on his face before rolling into the water. Cheers and laughter from all across the dock as Merida stands triumphantly, dusting herself off before coming back over to you. Thanks for holding my things.
Mm-hmm.
She smiles. She curtsies to you as she takes her bag back. Thank you.
Looking over the edge. How's the guy doing?
The guy pops his head up and his face is completely red. And just like everyone is pointing and laughing at him, he has been completely befuddled.
I'll go ahead and toss him a rope. tied off to the dock because I don't think I'm strong enough to haul him.
Oh, he can climb back up onto the dock. That's pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at her very suspiciously. I'm like, I don't trust her.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
God,
there
Connor.
are ropes and ladders nearby, so he can easily get back up. But he has been completely put into the drink, flushed in its entirety. You're in, he says, and just sort of gestures with a thumb. And that's it. No more.
Hey, I
And
think I see one more person.
she says, thank you, and picks up the cage and struts up the gangplank onto the ship with the rest of you. Oh, well, nice to see you all again.
So you're coming with us after all.
Absolutely. And I see you are coming with me as well.
No, you're coming with us. You were going to.
Connor,
this
you're
one.
not even on the ship. He didn't say
Very well.
anything.
No,
on the
no, he
ship.
is.
Oh, he is? Oh, okay.
Jack
Yeah,
brought him on
that's
as his
fine.
+1.
Oh, that's
He is. He's
right.
just being weird about it.
I forgot.
I suppose it's only fair since you were here for, so I'm coming with you.
Mhm.
No,
I think
Shall we
we're
all
both
settle
going
in?
with the captain.
agreed. She laughs at you, Holger, and brushes some hair behind her ear. Anywho?
Wait, behind my ear?
No, behind her ear.
Okay,
Who's
okay.
flirting with you, bro?
Yeah,
like-
behind you. She touched
It's
your
like,
hair
damn,
behind your
personal
ear.
space, bitch.
Holger, make an insight check.
Am I currently being lied to?
Make an insight check.
Or in... Am I
Personal
being
space,
lied
bitch.
to or deceptive? Is this a deception?
Deceive?
Personal deception?
Just roll an
Well,
insight
you know-
check, man.
Well,
Well, we
because
know
it depends
she was
on whether or not I have disadvantage.
Just roll.
Just
I
roll
rolled
a
a
straight
9.
roll. Okay. No, it's fine.
You're being lied to, but you don't know it. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's fine. Mm.
Volker does not get the hint.
She actually comes over and says, "Oh, it looks like your satchel's undone." And you look over and you see the bag where you put the cloak of holding is open.
I'll peek inside, see if everything's still in there.
Make an investigation check.
It's my own bag. Okay. 12.
The only thing that's missing is the cloak of holding.
No, let Jack know. Via illusion, fucking silent image on the palm.
Okay.
They came up with the whole code.
I
While we
mean,
were-
I'm sorry, we've got some, invisible jackass watcher guy just cataloging all the things that we do, apparently.
don't know that.
So,
You don't
You're
know
right,
that.
I don't, but
For all we know, Connor could have taken it.
Okay.
That's
or
right.
it's got a mind of its own.
Is there
Yeah,
anything
I
else
know.
anyone wants to do in this session? That's kind of all I had planned.
I'm not.
I think Mai's gonna walk on the ropes. She's gonna have climbed up the mast
Okay.
to the crow's nest, and she's just walking along ropes while she waits.
Be careful up there. Make sure not to mess with any of the ropes. I'm not concerned about you falling.
Rude?
No, I'm confident in your ability to balance yourself up there.
I mean,
I'm just saying that while you're on someone else's vessel, messing with their stuff, just, be aware of what you're doing. After
it's
all-
fine.
Alright, you take care of yourself.
Mhm.
She's a very independent spirit.
Merida turns to the captain. Shall I take my luggage below deck? Yeah, you can go ahead and put him in the... wherever you like. It's fine. Would
Wait,
you be
Merida.
alright with me allowing him to roam freely on the ship? That should be fine. He is trained, right? Well, he simply wanders and doesn't get into anything.
Are you confident he's not going to walk off the edge accidentally?
He shouldn't be. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I called him Jeremy for the longest time growing up, until I realized that some foot can actually only be women. So, I changed her name to Jenny. Jenny is fine. She won't get into anything, and she likes it here. So, she's not going to kill herself anytime soon. As long as it doesn't cause any trouble. I'm
When
holding
has a
you
Feywild
personally
ever
responsible.
caused any trouble?
What?
When has a Feywild creature caused any trouble?
I don't know.
Never.
Okay. She pulls up the tarp and opens the cage and lets it step out. Immediately it just sits down and kind of like just sits there sleepily.
Could I locate object on the Cloak of Holding?
Okay. Oh, also one other thing of note: the red scarf that denoted Merida as a member of the Defiance, she's no longer wearing, and actually has it put on Jenny as an ascot.
Oh, that's cute. She's a defiant little sleeper.
Mm-hmm. And this is one of the only things that I actually kind of have a visual for if you're interested.
Sure.
Is it Jenny?
Yeah, it's Jenny. It's not
She's so fucking cute.
It's not a great picture, but yeah.
She looks like a little taper fucking.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I probably should have said tapir, but that's fine. I said pig. It's alright.
Tapers and pigs
Close.
are similar.
Yeah, similar enough.
They're close.
Yeah. You guys are aboard the Delta Dawn.
Oh, could I locate object on the Cloak of
That's
Holding?
right. Yeah. Let me
Cloak of what?
just look at that spell real quick. Locate object.
Find a thing within 1,000 feet.
One object. 1,000 feet. Yeah. Okay. It is below decks.
Oh, sick. I'm gonna go.
And it's currently moving.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna grab Jack, because I think somebody snatched it out of my shit.
You want me to go with you? I can go.
Yeah, less people better. I'm gonna steal it back.
You guys never let me come on your guys' little secret missions ever.
Well, I know
Okay,
Jack
you can
can.
Yay!
Would you like to be the muscle?
She does the fist and palm thing.
I'll take that as a yes. Alright, let's go get our shit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Merida's just like, Jenny like scritches between the behind the arms, just so you know, and wanders off. You guys make your way below decks. Just so you guys know, this is a very large galleon. It is quite elongated for a galleon, but it has 4 levels on it. Not quite
We got
Titanic size, but that sort of shape and builds. just for
Oh,
general.
okay.
So, there is very clearly like an upper deck where you can perform all sorts of activities and, see and do a whole lot of stuff. There's just a lot of open space on the top deck, but most of the lower decks are literally just storage.
With Holgir's spell, is he able to is there like a way that he can kind of see,
He
follow
can
something?
he can pinpoint its exact position.
Yup, I love this spell.
It is
But you
absolutely
said it was
great
moving,
when you
so
need
is it constant?
Yeah, it's constant.
Oh, okay.
It's just
It goes
concentration.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah, you can easily get down there in that time. When you get onto the level, it's about like 2 levels down. It stops moving, and it's like I'll say like 60 feet away from you, and it seems to be
Okay.
like behind some boxes.
I'm going to.
It seems to be in like a very low traffic area.
Okay. How many entrances to this area? Or do I wouldn't know.
I mean, there's lots of like stairs and ladders and whatnot, but I will say that you can. I'll straight up give it to you. You've like managed to, corner it in a way.
Okay. Stay here if whatever the hell it is that has it makes a run for it. I want you to whack the fuck out of it. Jack, if it's somebody nice, well, if it's somebody nice, I'll probably just try and talk them into giving it back. But if it's somebody who's bad, stab. Sound good?
Jack always gets to do the stab.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear.
Well, then get a
No,
spear.
No, Jack hardly ever has to stab somebody.
True, he's a very scary person.
People are scared that Jack's gonna stab somebody.
You'd stab me. If it makes
So
you
let's go
feel
scare someone.
Alright, let's do this. And Holgear is going to walk
Okay.
confidently so as to help give cover to Jack.
Okay. Yeah. We'll say that like Mai's at one side of the path. Like this is kind of like hallway, and Holgear, you're standing at the other side, and then Jack's gonna go in for the kill, basically. And you're approaching stealthily, Jack?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Holgear just kind of like tromps a straight path past and like gives you a notation like over there. Go ahead and
yeah.
roll stealth check.
Mai also casts invisibility on herself.
Oh, okay.
I can
it's
also
gonna
cast
get him.
I think Jack's gonna do. I think Jack's gonna do the same thing. He'll cast
Holgear's
invisibility
the
on himself
only
as well.
one that anyone can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just Holgear, where the fuck did you guys go?
The invisibility is good to note, but I would still like your stealth check for creeping up there.
So what does? Let me check the invisibility spell. See what that does. Does it?
I think it gives you
Advantage?
advantage on like sight checks and whatnot. But just for the sake of like other senses and whatnot, do you have anything else that gives you advantage on your stealth checks?
No.
Okay.
I'm good anyway. I got a 19.
Okay.
I got a 19. Yeah.
Yeah. You sneak up without making a sound. And you peer behind the boxes, and you can see the cloak. It is standing upright, and it's kind of shivering. No, it's like it's bouncing on its heels, and it looks like it's peering out from behind the boxes occasionally. Not in your direction, but you get the idea that there might be a figure inside of the cloak. Come on, come on.
I will come up. What?
It seems to be like anxious.
Like he's waiting for something, and it's like, come on, like he's waiting.
I will. Yeah. I will try to just pull the cloak off of whoever's underneath it.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
Okay, that is a natural natural 20 for a 30.
Okay.
Ho!
You you pull
What
off
jacket?
the cloak as silent and as noticeless as just a ghost. And immediately what you see underneath the hood is this sort of scrawny figure with deep burgundy, almost like dark maroon skin, with pointed ears. This is what appears to be perhaps some sort of infernal creature, an imp perhaps of some kind. It just seems to be some sort of like some small it's
Imp?
it's kobold-esque, but it seems more infernal than that. And you can see that it's like biting its nails, and if it weren't for having its arms in front of itself, you would be able to slip it off entirely. But I'm gonna say that probably the only thing you think you can get away with is removing the hood from it.
Okay. Hey, I'll be right back. I have to go let my dog in. I'll be
Okay.
right back, though.
All right. I'm gonna top off my water real quick.
Wait, what's Holgear doing?
I walked confidently past, signaled Jack, and I assume I'm gonna loop back around in a sec. Though, in hindsight, I probably in hindsight, when I got the jacket, we probably should have like turned it inside out in like an empty room just to see if anything was hiding in there.
Okay, I'm back.
What up? Everybody's here.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So what was Holger doing?
I was going to signal Jack, walk past confidently, and then loop back around.
Okay. I thought you were standing at the end of the hallway. If you're gonna loop back around mine, do you move out of the way?
Well, I mean, I basically just do a 180.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
He like moves past him
So
and then
they're,
he's
so
gonna
they're
turn
both
at
at
the end.
each end of the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as Holger like steps away, this creature kind of like cranes their head out like they're about ready to make a bolt for it.
Okay, I will snatch the little creature up by its neck with an amazing grip. Got a little stowaway, do we?
No, please. Feel not bad.
I think
Deal?
we need to go have a little talk with the captain.
No, not Captain. No.
Yes. So, he's going up on the top deck whether he wants to or not.
No,
Your
please.
whole gear.
Spare me.
And, No.
Do you not
There's
know
no
where
spare me
Beale
here.
is? Not Beale's fault for being here.
Would Mai
Where?
recognize what he is, or
Sure.
they're kind of just harmless, basically, from her experience, or
I mean, yeah, if anyone... I don't think anyone really needs to make a check for this, just sort of general knowledge. I mean, it looks like an infernal creature, but it looks like small enough that it's probably just one of those sort of trickster things or whatnot. But yeah, Jack, as a small humanoid, can just grab this thing by its scrawny neck and just hoist it up. It is not wearing anything other than the cloak of holding that it has on. It's just kind of got this scrawny form.
he's a little
By the
naked
way-
guy.
This cloak, does it appear to have shrunk or grown any? Or is it still its
It's
original
still the same size. It fits him perfectly.
Bale. Bale? How do you say it?
Bale!
It's being
Bale.
choked.
Good. Close enough. Were you inside that jacket?
Bale hides with it too.
Ease up on the pressure. Can't
Yeah.
understand him.
Paws off the merchandise.
I use it a little bit.
I think you're not in a very good position to get lippy, little friend.
Oi, it's not Bale's fault for being here. Who brought him on this boat?
Secondary, a follow-up question is, what were you doing at the academy sneaking around?
Academy? What academy?
Oh, so you just wandered in, did you?
You mean the mountain? Bale was just walking through. Bale looks for things. Bale finds things. Bale has a few things for trade. Please, Bale means no harm.
What kind of things do you have for trade?
But Bale has rocks.
And she's still invisible, by the way. It's just a random voice.
Yeah. Well, he's forced to face in one direction probably, so he can't see everybody. Oh, actually, Jack's also invisible too. So all he can see is whole gear.
I think you would.
Wait, he would drop invisibility
I
if he
think you would
attacked, wouldn't he?
technically have to. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think when I grabbed him by the neck, that kind of probably made it drop.
I'll allow you to hold it. Capturing Beale is not enough of an action to break invisibility.
Oh no. And to be clear, we did find him, like, right outside of Malachi's room, right?
You were in the castle and you were outside of the royal library in sort of near one of the common areas. So it is a little weird that he was in the castle, but not incredibly suspicious.
My
But
will
it is
drop her.
suspicious why he decided to hide inside a jacket by just stays there.
Please, Bale means no trouble. Bale's not a fighter. Bale's just a merchant.
A merchant?
Bale's
Well-
got small business.
From where?
Well, Bill, if you would like to do business, then you need to talk to the person who you're renting space from to do business at, and that would be the captain.
Not
There's
to
no way
mention-
around the fact that you're going to go meet the captain because it's his boat, and you're not supposed to be on it, and it's our duty to make sure that the captain knows that.
Oh,
Whether you like
Bale
to or
means
not,
no
here we go.
trouble.
Theo, what kind of rocks did you find?
I could show you if you want.
Nah. Well, you can show the captain, I think.
Well, you see, I am also a purveyor of fine rocks, and I'll show him the deserted Hearthstone.
Oh, I have a few rocks.
He produces a round stone that looks almost completely spherical.
I found this rock. When you set it down, it just starts rolling and doesn't stop.
That is a very smooth rock.
I also found this one.
And he produces kind of like an oblong, sort of oval, almost egg-shaped stone.
This one just kind of is bouncy. I don't know why. Beale just finds things.
Okay. I think that's enough of your little demonstration. I think we need to go have a little talk with the captain.
Oh, Beale didn't mean to be a stowaway.
Jack?
I'll pat Beale on the head.
Sorry,
Just,
guys, but
No, Jack, I
I'm-
just say
rules.
I think
Well, I'm with
he'll come along with us if you don't have to hold him like that.
Besides, I've got this for another 10
I'm
minutes.
not. I don't know what he has in that little jacket of his, and I'm not gonna let go.
He doesn't have the jacket.
Find out. Yeah, he still has it on.
Yeah.
Oh. Beale. She's gonna drop invisibility.
Ah, sorceress.
Yeah.
Well, that's a new one. Friend, do you mind just talking to the captain? We're not gonna hurt you or anything.
Beale doesn't do well with figures of authority. They hate Beale.
That's okay. I'm sure if we kindly explain to the captain the mistake, that he'll be lenient with you.
Oh, Beale doesn't want to die again.
Again.
It takes Beale so long to find things to sell.
How many times have you died?
He starts counting on his fingers, and he's only got three fingers per hand, or 4 fingers per hand.
He's so funny. Oh no.
Beale lost count after 135.
Well, that's
Oh,
very
so
impressive, I will admit.
We're done with you. It'll be 136. Okay, gotcha. Check that.
He's off.
What? I'm
Jack,
sorry.
you're so aggressive today.
You're very murdery today.
He just wanted to stab and he didn't get to, I think, is the problem. We
Still
knife
good.
blocked him. Here, just just take his cloak off and then we'll take him. You don't have to carry him by his neck.
Even if he just didn't wear it, he just had it over one of his arms.
Yeah. It's okay. Biel, you'll be fine. I promise.
I have your word, sorceress.
You have my word that if anybody tries to harm you, I will end them.
He sniffles and wipes his big pointed nose.
Alright.
Besides,
Okay.
we've already used the let us bring our things along with excuse once. We might be able to use it again.
Yeah, technically, he could be kind of like our second Connor.
I don't think we need
Wow.
another Connor.
No, but he's cute and has shiny rocks, so I think he's already 10 times more useful.
When you call him cute, he looks up at you with big eyes, like,
Oh, Beale's never received a compliment before.
You've died 105 times and you've never gotten a... What?
No,
You're so sad and
mostly
pathetic, and I
people
love
call
you.
Beale bad things. Beale doesn't mean to be bad.
Hey,
Beale,
But-
you have the... Do you know the concept of ownership?
Yes, which is why
Okay,
Beale only finds small things to sell. Beale wants
Okay.
big things, but doesn't have ways of getting them.
you know what, Biel?
I'm going to turn this child into a capitalist.
he did understand
No.
that he's on a ship and that the captain is the person in charge.
Oh, so he's not... He's there.
So he understands. He honestly didn't mean to be here either. That's kind of our fault. So we owe it to him to at least we'll tell the captain, but we'll tell him he's like a companion of ours, like a little buddy. You can be my little buddy, Biel.
Actually, it's not our fault that he's here because we didn't force him to come here.
No, but it's
He
our
ended up
fault
here
because
because
y'all
he was
took
doing-
something from somewhere that.
Wait, hang on. I'm gonna check to make sure I have all of my rocks in my rock pouch.
You do.
Okay, good.
Imagine.
I've lost
Hey.
my mind on this little boy.
No.
Okay.
Also, your stones are bigger than his. He's got like tiny little. They're like marbles.
They're like
Well,
little
now,
itty
get
bitty
out.
walks. I'm gonna take him from Jack and just hold him like a baby. They're
He's
so.
I have no idea if he's a grown man, but I'd like to imagine he is. You're just coddling a grown man. He's just short.
Yeah. I do it to Jack all the time. No, I'm kidding. No, but she's just gonna
Don't
hold him
tell
nicely.
anybody.
Okay. But is Jack holding the cloak?
Yeah, Jack can hold on to the
Okay.
cloak, and I'll hang out.
Yeah.
I'll
And again, it works the same way as a bag of holding. So if you turn it inside out or shake it, all the stuff inside of it will come out.
we'll investigate that later.
We'll get there.
Okay. You
When we get up to the captain's core, when we get up to the cap, we'll get
okay?
there.
The ship has begun to move, but Captain Hardgrave is still like in preparation, positioning things, and like, again, he's gotten to that point where he's not yelling orders anymore. People are just like looking over at him, giving like these very determined scowls, and they're like, "Yes, Captain, right away, Captain."
She's holding Biel like a little plushie with his little arms over her arms.
Jack! Oh! He looks like a very mean
Yes,
captain. Oh,
We're
Bill
throwing
doesn't
him
stand a
overboard.
chance.
Anyway, Captain.
Creaking sound as he turns slowly towards you.
State your business.
We just wanted to inform you that we forgot to mention that our little friend here is coming with us, and I wanted to make sure that you were okay with that.
Captain Hargrave looks down, the creature writhing in your arms.
You, Captain. Captain. Oh!
It's okay. Shh, it's okay.
Has anyone seen Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Yeah.
It's just like, "Ah!"
Oh Lord.
And if it were not for the fact
So-
that
so
infernal
are you-
creatures don't have a digestive tract, Bia would probably be pissing himself.
Oh dear.
Make a persuasion check, Mike.
So did you say that?
Oh, what'd you want to
Did
do,
you say
Jack?
that the boat hasn't even left the dock yet?
It's
Oh,
like leaving. It's in
they're sailing
preparation.
through the channel. They haven't completely left Need yet.
Oh, so you said persuasion.
How fast is the boat moving? Would I have time to maintain his little ass back to the shore and drop him off?
Persuasion is a 24.
If you wanted to get off of the boat, I don't think you would have any mode of transportation that would be fast enough to catch up with it.
Why are you trying so hard to get rid of him?
I'm gonna say that it's probably going about 20 miles an hour.
Yeah,
Like-
that's a pretty good clip.
Not particularly fast, but not really something you could catch up to on foot. If you wanted to run somewhere and shove it someplace, I don't know how you'd be able to get back to the ship. Is the problem. What were you thinking?
Of just mage handing him back to the shore.
Oh yeah, you could do that. I mean, you could also just chuck him
Yeah.
off the side.
Oh,
I don't want to drown him. I want to make sure he gets back safe. I'm not a
No.
complete asshole.
No,
He's our
like
friend
you
now.
could absolutely like chuck him to land.
He's not a pet, not our friend.
he's a friend now.
He's not our friend. He's just scared of us right now, and he's acting like he's our friend. He's not our friend.
Jack, you
Friends introduce themselves to each
stone-cold-hearted motherfucker. You stop it. Meh.
What'd you get for your persuasion check, Mai?
24.
Captain Hargrave's like, why are you bringing this business to me?
I didn't want it to come up and be an issue later, just in case. So, wanted to be respectful, Captain. Just in case you, like,
he
find
raises
him
an
later.
eyebrow at you, Jack, like, is this on the up and up?
My
Not
glares
my
at the
business
Jack.
no more.
Jack has washed his hands of the
That thing-
situation.
That thing has nothing to do with me from this point forward. I've done my responsibility, Captain. You see it's there. I'm now.
Captain Hardgrave leans into you, Mai, with a big finger and just points towards you. If anything should happen, it's your responsibility. You understand that?
Mai looks up at him with just glistening blue, just alluring, big puppy dog eyes.
And just turns away.
Wait, looks up. I thought Maya was taller than him.
How tall is he?
Wait, how tall is Mai?
She's like 6 foot.
Yeah, he's like 5'4".
Oh,
He's a half dwarven short king.
oh. She looks down at him.
Yeah.
A tall goddess of a fox woman.
Yeah. Mai is a tall lady.
She is. All right.
Beal is
You
just
guys-
inconsolable. He's
Beal,
just
it's
scrunched
okay.
up, ready to get crushed.
Beal, you're fine. It's okay, bud. We're gonna go and find
Am
you
I
treasures
dead?
to sell. No, you're alive. I wouldn't let them hurt you.
Oh, thank you, sorceress.
She puts him on top of like a little barrel standing up and kneels down to look at him in the eye. You, from this day on, are my friend.
Oh. And I am
Pretend
your...
like it's painful.
Oh.
You hate what? We can find you new shiny rocks. And she goes into her bag and pulls out a gemstone that she thinks is just fun, like
He,
things. But it's
he,
like,
he
it's like a
shakes his
ruby.
head and waves his hand.
No, Beal doesn't like rocks. Beal's trying to sell rocks. Beal doesn't have anything worthwhile to sell.
Well, you
Beal
have it. You
just
take
finds
this and you sell
things.
it. I'm giving this
Ew.
to
You know,
you.
at this
Sell.
point, Jack will turn the jacket inside out and see what dumps out.
Okay. Inside is 7 rocks, 2 silver, and 13 copper pieces.
Jack, you
Are the
put his
rocks of just various, like, bouncy,
Yep.
rolly?
One rock falls and lands on the ground and doesn't move. That one small roll just starts rolling away, and then the other one starts skipping away. The rest of them just kind of
Oh.
fall to the ground.
I'll try and catch those two.
Ah,
I'll help with that.
No.
Put his stuff back, guys. That's mean. He's done nothing
Oh,
wrong.
we can have his stuff back.
But Bill's
that?
just
Just have to
trying
make
to
sure he
start
wasn't
a
dangerous.
decent business. Bill doesn't
Bill.
have
We're
good...
gonna go somewhere to help you find stuff for your business.
Hark,
If-
Merchant Beale. How much would you-
Yes?
How much would you take for this bouncy rock?
Oh... For you... 3 silver.
Copper, sorry.
I'll put a silver into his jacket.
Oh...
Why are you upset?
Gracious, man. Thank you. Bill will make sure to look for good things next time.
Beale has several rocks to sell. Beale has a gravity stone. This stone falls to the nearest
Rock
point
of gravity detection!
Yes, rock of gravity detection.
Yes!
You can use this rock to find any points of gravity if you get lost in the ocean or the snow, the astral plane, or stuff like that. It'll lead you back home. Right now, it's just kind of falls to the ground.
What's the roly one do?
That's the mossless stone. It just kind of rolls around and doesn't stop rolling despite anything you try to do to it. It's kind of fun to chase it.
That could be a fun distraction.
I grabbed the roly stone and I put a gold piece in his jacket.
Oh, powerful sorceress!
Oh lord, he's gonna be whinging for days.
Oh,
Ugh. Alright.
he's
Yeah.
so cute.
Oh, thank you for your wonderful donation. Bill has a few more things to sell.
Jack, do you want to buy his wares?
This is a talking
Yeah,
rock.
Oh yeah,
It's a what rock?
talking rock. What is it?
Talking rock.
If you talk to it, it can talk to other rocks for you and get you information from rocks around.
Is it?
How does
And it talks
Is that
back
real?
to you?
He
How
nods.
does this rock?
It has
You
a
know
very
any of-
quiet voice, quieter than Bill, so you have to listen very carefully, but it can talk to other rocks.
That's
Have you heard its
amazing.
voice before?
Have you used it before? Does it work?
It does. For you, Master Stealth Artist, you might like this one. It's called a keystone. You bring this near to any sort of structural entity and it will point out the weakest point.
Basically, it'll be magnetically
Oh, that's
attracted
rather
to any structural weakness in a constructed item.
Nice. Then you
and-
can be gargantuan and just punch the crap out of
I'll
it.
buy that off of it.
Okay, he's just asking 2 copper for these.
I'll give him a gold piece for it.
Oh.
Thank you, kind sir.
Okay, so that's the keystone
I'm
gone.
not mean. I'm just careful.
Okay. Someone bought the rolling
What
stone
comes
and
off
the
mean, Jack?
Mai's
skip-
got the rolling stone. I've got the bouncy stone.
Okay. Nobody's
I think
bought
I
the talking rock or the gravity stone yet.
I'm gonna buy them both for some of, if Talia or Connor or Joshua wants either of them.
Okay.
So I'll put 2 more gold pieces.
Oh
Hang on.
goodness.
There's. I
Oh,
want to try. I want to try something real quick. I want to cast tongues. It
Okay.
allows me to speak and understand any language. Can I talk to the rock?
Well, you
The
don't
talking
need to
rock?
do that, mister. It already knows common.
Just talk to it normal and see if it tells you
You
anything
just
about
need
the other
to
rocks.
listen very carefully.
I will listen very carefully.
Okay. If anybody else is talking, you can't hear it, but it sounds like a very faint voice. It's like, "Hello, how are you? What could I do for you?"
Know
Is
any
it talking?
jokes?
Was there anything else you're doing? You want me to go through the rest?
He wants to ask. He asked the rock for a joke.
Oh.
Joke. Rock. Joke. What kind of music do rocks like?
Classical.
Anything but jazz?
Hard rock.
Rock.
Yeah, I think Maya's gonna get some mileage out of this thing.
What? It was funny.
I myself am a big fan of the Rolling Stones.
What's a Rolling Stone?
I hear there's one of them right over there. That right
Points
over
at
there.
Mai's hand.
Yeah. Just so you know, while you're holding it, it doesn't move around. But when you set it down on a non-living surface, it will just continuously roll.
Oh. She puts them in her bag of holding.
It can even roll up inclines if you poke it in that direction.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to break your game with a perpetual
With
motion
rocks.
machine.
We're gonna break your game with rocks.
We're gonna have infinite energy thanks to Bale and his magic rocks.
Well, Beale still has a few interesting items for you if you're interested. You master craftsman might be interested in this one. It's a lodestone. It, when you place it down, it will spin around and it points in a specific direction. It always points in that direction.
What direction?
North,
Like this?
but he doesn't
And-
know that.
Oh, it's like a compass rock.
It's just fun to play with, I don't know.
Cool.
And I've saved the best for last. Miss Sorceress, come here.
And he places the biggest stone that he has in your hand. In it's flat on the bottom and curved on the top, and when you hold it, you can feel a very faint rumbling inside, like it's purring.
Stroke it. Go on. Stroke it.
This is really weird, even for me. She just pets the rock.
Okay. It releases a very soothing feeling. There's no sound, but it feels like it's, purring.
Like vibration.
Yeah.
I call it a pet rock because you pet it.
I love it.
I knew you would.
Okay. She gives him another gold piece. I only have gold pieces.
Thank you for this. Thank you. Bill can purchase lots of good things with this.
He looks down at it.
Probably start with a good advertising outfit for myself.
Bale, good news for you and your burgeoning business. We're on a merchant's trip.
Oh.
We're going to new lands.
Oh.
For us, anyway.
Bill
New
needs to find
exotic
new things to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything on this show belongs to someone. Oh.
Did anyone buy the lodestone, by the way?
The which one?
Sure.
The magnetic north lodestone.
Oh.
Actually, yes, because I have a non-functioning compass, and I would like a functioning compass.
Oh, where's the non-functioning compass from?
It's my Pathfinder's compass.
I mean, okay. I mean, it works. It just points towards something that you tell it to. So, oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it doesn't point north. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one
Not
that
to real
doesn't point north and one that does.
This rock is small enough you could fit it inside the lid.
Yes. I'm gonna have 2 in 1.
Okay. And do you pay him for it?
Absolutely.
He's just asking for 2 copper pieces.
I'll give him 10.
So a silver piece, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we have copper pieces.
Oh. Bill's made bank on this one. Oh. And I was just starting to think that this merchant business wasn't gonna work out.
Mai's gonna pull out like scraps of fabric and try to fashion him some like temporary clothes.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check. I think that's usually crafting is sleight of hand.
19.
Okay. Yeah, you can fashion him something wearable. Beale gathers up all the coins and says,
Oh, I could really get started with something with this. Oh, perhaps Beale could buy something from someone else with this much.
Yeah. It'll be good for the Holgear, what's that word you taught me?
Economy.
Yeah, that one.
Look at you.
I learn things fast. The economy, that's the government, right?
The economy
Sure.
means that you're doing business with other people, which helps everyone work better and get more stuff and be happy. Eco money is the stuff that grows on trees.
You didn't tell me that there was stuff on trees, Holgear. You only told me about the people that take money.
I don't know if eco money is anything, because I've never heard of it before.
Beale's seen eco money.
Unless you're Beale, are you talking about a tree that grows money?
he nods his head.
Beale's seen many things around. He saw this one witch once that was growing this plant orchard that had different things going on them. Sometimes it was onions instead of an apple tree, and lots of strange things.
Are you sure you weren't walking around in a bog?
Beale looks sad.
Beale sees things, and Beale remembers.
Okay, alright. I was just asking. You gotta get
Alright.
snappy with me. She finishes.
Beale is a
like,
reputable source.
She she makes him like a toga like smock with like a little rope belt.
Oh, sorceress has given Beale a smock. Beale
Okay,
is
all right,
free.
Oh, Jesus.
I knew this was a freaking Harry Potter reference.
I was gonna say, I was like,
I
that
was
sounds
waiting
like
for it.
Dobby.
At what point in his creation did he become Dobby?
As soon as
The
I
beginning.
said that, as soon as I started saying that sentence, I was like, oh no, I have to say that now.
You were contractually obligated.
I was gonna say, sorceress has given Beale some clothes. But then I realized it was a smock, and I had to say it.
Here, so this is so you don't have to be sneaky, and people will want to buy stuff from you instead of grab you by the throat.
Yes, I agree. Beale is
All
looking
right.
forward to meeting more people.
Oh, also, here's this. And she grabs out of her bag a like a bun or like a small piece of bread. You might be hungry.
Beale sniffs it and kind of pokes at it.
You can eat it.
Beale doesn't need plain or substance, but
You don't
Beale
need
still
it, but
appreciates the effort.
And he
You don't.
takes a little nibble from it.
Where do you get your energy from, Beale?
the souls of the damned.
Well, Beale is an aspect of greed. Needs to work in enterprising.
Aspect of greed.
Are you a devil?
Beale kind of looks solemn.
Not a devil?
Most of Beale's neighbors are always taking things, but that never works for too long. Beale decides the best way to get things is to trade. Buy and sell. That's how the world goes round.
I thought. Jack, you said that the world goes round on gravity. What are you talking about? Everyone lies to me. Beale's the only one telling the truth.
It's a figure of speech.
You can have more than one world. It's a person's personal world.
I mean, the mountains of the Feywild are all upside down, technically. So, you know.
Exactly. You were experiencing that world.
I like how Holger just is like, yeah, you're right. Like,
I've never been to the Feywild. I'm not going to contradict you on that.
but you don't ask questions. You're just like.
I mean,
perfectly
sure,
normal.
it's the Feywild. Some wild shit happens.
Anyway,
People
so
spring
Beale,
out of trees.
Well, in the Feywild, wild shit does happen.
Yeah, who'd have thunk?
Yeah. Either way, Beale, you
Right there in
can
the name.
stick around with us, and we'll find you some stuff to sell and trade and buy when we get there.
Okay. Currently, Beale has 5 gold pieces, 4 silver pieces, and 13 copper pieces.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry, he didn't start out with 2 silver pieces. He started off with 2 electrum pieces.
Oh no. He's... Those exchange rates are nasty. Okay. about y'all, but it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
Good night.
Let's call it there.